Here we go. Okay. Test. Test. Can anyone hear me out there? Can anyone hear me in the back? No. I'm going to sing the national anthem.
Alan Lloyd alongside John Donovan on Ice Time TV here, hockey night in Cardiff. And John, that might be one of the most incredible atmospheres already I've ever seen in a hockey game. It feels like a playoff game. We've got a PA system failure, but the Red Army has stepped up. That was absolutely incredible. What a game we're going to see off the back of that, you've got to think.
Best laid plans, but sometimes things just work out for you, and the Nottingham Panthers fans finishing rendition of God Save the Queen. The atmosphere was unbelievable. The sound system went down and the Devils fans realised it. They realised what a big game it is, and the atmosphere was phenomenal, including that rendition there of the Welsh national anthem. 2,300 people joining in. The players visibly looked as if the hairs on the back of their necks were standing up. I know they certainly were on mine. So not what Todd Kelman would have planned, but for an atmosphere of the game, maybe that just worked to everybody's advantage.
Huge match between two of the UK's biggest and most storied franchises, and if you weren't pumped before that, you certainly will be now. We hope it carried across to you at home as much as possible through the microphones and the camera here in the building as we get ready for this Elite League match. In goal for the Cardiff Devils is Ben Bounds with a 2.50 goals against average and a .919 save percentage. And for the Nottingham Panthers, debuting is Shane Madalora, who doesn't have stats in this league, but we're just going to see here Lee Salters is starting, but getting a heads up from John there as we get ready for face-off. And it's Hudson out there, starting with the Devils debutant Gleason Fournier. Hudson goes up to Salters there, he'll just send that one in the zone, out there with Havato Morissette. Chance there is, and it was a good save first up from Madalora there. The transition was quick, that one gets fired in as well, but now the Panthers have it and they'll send it up. We've got a quick start in this building. Here's Brad Moran looking to go around the outside. Madalora ships. Still a chance there, but off the slip from Gleason, but Gleason Fournier will get rid of that puck, and eventually the Devils get it out the zone. Good tempo so far, and the Panthers are matching the Devils. Just 30 seconds gone as we get a delayed offside, then no whistle, and Jeff Waugh will bring that one out, send it into the zone. Both teams will make their first changes. The Devils now with a big line out on the ice. Martin, Kirker and Doucette, but the Panthers turn it over. Shot comes in, good save from the short angle it was, but Bounds made there. Working hard down low, the puck comes back to Waugh. Good save again, as there was a good presence out front from Stephen Schultz, and now the Devils are away. Here's Thomas Kirker and a goal. Shoots, and a good save up high it was for a moment there. Madalora looked to be in trouble, but he got the good shoulder to it. Now there's a chance. David Clark, on-man rush, 3-on-2. Clark steps inside. Huge breaker play it was. And guess who but Mark Richardson there, bailing his team out. Andrew Hoffman turns it over, and War, who's been involved so much early on, takes a big hit from Joey Martin. And then a hit comes in on Andrew Hoffman. Here's Guy Doucette up over the blue line. No, he keeps going with that puck and gets harried as the Devils make their changes. Down low is the puck now. Schmidt will chase after that one, who's always impressive in this building. Nearly 2 minutes gone already without a whistle. Down low they work. Culligan out there with Lord and Haddad. It's been a good line for the Devils recently. Good battle down low as well. That's Matthew Myers getting involved in there. Brian Schmidt will get that puck out, and away they come with Logan McMillan. Big hit it was! It was Trevor Hendricks setting the marker down early with a big hit, and McMillan went down. Myers with a battle there. Big playoff atmosphere in the building. Myers and McMillan battle down low. Good power line this is with Cam Jansen, and we get a whistle eventually. Finally, 2 minutes and 18 seconds in, and we get a whistle.
Boy, have we got a hockey game on our hands, and a quick pace such as this, it's going to be in-game decisions from players to make sure they make the right reads. A moment ago, Andrew Hoffman tried to pitch in. It wasn't the right call, and the Panthers were left with a 3-on-1. Matthew Myers gone to the penalty box on a hooking call. I think a little unfortunate. Just before that, I think there could have been a high sticking call on the Devils, potentially on Josh Batch, as we see a replay. Puck fired round. Just keep an eye out here. We'll see whose stick goes up. There, I think there should be a high sticking call on the play there. The Devils get a little fortunate, but then a hooking call on Matthew Myers. The Devils go to the power play.
Good job by Lawrence. Might set up Lakovic, but an offside is called. That would have been a good short-handed chance as well. It was Hudson who slipped and then mishandled, and Lawrence was quick to pounce, and boy oh boy, we've just got 6 seconds gone. Devils get the early power play chance though. Hugely physical matchup so far, and that's going to be interesting if the Lord and Haddad line goes up against that Myers and Jansen and McMillan line. That's going to be a physical battle all night long.
Just two energy lines, two big body lines, and that's going to be a fun one to watch, and two lines that can really set the tempo for their team, so that's going to be one to keep an eye on.
Good pass it was from Hudson up to Joey Martin. The Devils with a bit of a new look, couple of power play units, but once again the communication not there, and Lakovic is away with a good shot, and handcuffs Bounds for a moment, but Bounds does enough, and then that one sails up for the Panthers with almost, well, it was one good chance and then a nearly, but for an offside it would have been another good chance as well. Short-handed, 1 minute 25 gone. The Devils have been working on their power play this week with the new addition of Gleason Fournier, but so far this unit not quite pulling the strings as it would like. Now they get into the zone though. Hoffman is there, works it down low. Martin goes back to Lord. They just get in a tangle, but Lord will come away and go back to Martin. Back with Kirker on the front. Inside sets Martin, shoots, and it just whistles wide of Manalora in goal. And Hoffman has it, but once again the Devils get turned over on that blue line. That was good work from Juraj Kolnick there, killing that penalty. The Panthers will get a change with 50 seconds left to kill, and just 3.5 minutes gone in this hockey game. Here's Lee Salters with a nice move. Through the neutral zone he goes. Lee Salters powers his way to the net. Still Lee Salters there inside. Shot comes in. They score! Guillaume Doucette on the power play.
Take a bow though, Lee Salters. We talked in the in-game build-up. He's going to be a crucial guy tonight, driving to the net. But he didn't just drive to the net. He went from the red line in. He couldn't be stopped. Blue line in. Move after move. Goes on the inside of outside of Swindlehurst. Swindlehurst can't slow him down. The initial save is there, but Doucette, the sniper, where he needs to be. Big start for the Cardiff Devils, 1-0. But for Salters there, when he gets going, you just can't slow him down. And Swindlehurst had an enviable task there of trying to keep him to the outside. He couldn't match him for body strength. For the Devils, they need to see Salters doing more of that all night long.
Doucette gets his 23rd of the year, incredible record so far, carrying on. His form is shown throughout his time in the Elite League, scoring against his former club. We're back 5-on-5 here with just under 4 minutes gone. The Devils lead 1-0 with a Guillaume Doucette power play goal. And here come the Panthers though. Andy Bombach over the blue line he goes. Tied up by the Devils though as Salters comes in, and while mishandles it, Schultz will step in and shoot. Good glove save it was from Bounds. We get a whistle with 15:54 left in the first, and so often you see Lee Salters make that play, John, but quite often there isn't that player following up to look to push it, put away the trash. That time Guillaume Doucette was there, read the play, and he made it count.
Well, of course, Salters and Doucette don't normally go out on the same line, but with it being a power play unit, we see Salters, he likes taking that puck to that backhand side and using his body and his long reach to protect the puck. Swindlehurst couldn't break up the play, and Doucette just the natural sniper in the right position at the right time.
Panthers win the draw, and it's back with David Ling, who's set a lightning pace of scoring since he's come into this lineup partway through the season. Away though come the Cardiff Devils. Guillaume Doucet with Thomas Kirker. Kirker inside, shoots with a quick shot there, trying to catch out Madalora. We get another whistle, just a few more seconds played. But how important was that for the Devils to get the early goal on the new goaltender as well, Joe?
Huge, just to keep the energy in this building, and the Devils have been a little short of fast starts recently. The jump has been missing, but certainly not tonight. And Madalora, we've talked about his debut tonight in a horrible building to make a debut as a netminder, and he's already got one behind him. That's a big bonus for the Devils.
The Panthers have looked dangerous. There's been a couple of odd-man rushes already. Ling is there, the tip is there, back door, they score!
What a response from the Panthers, and I think it's Mosey there using his speed initially to drive and throw the puck to the net, which causes all sorts of confusion. And I think it's Kolnick continuing his hot point streak at the moment, who's on the back door to finish off a bobbling puck, but great hand-eye coordination as we watch this little dink play. Oh, it's actually Ling, my apologies. There's a crucial tip in front from Mosey, and I think that's deliberate. And then Kolnick there at the back door, great hand-eye coordination, a bobbling puck, snapshot finish. The Panthers' character response. We've got a 1-1 hockey game with 15 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the first period.
Kolnick gets his 19th on the season. That's a hugely offensive line for the Panthers, but the Devils have given up a number of odd-man rushes already in this hockey game, and that's going to be something. While the energy is important as we get a delayed icing there, Madalora will play that puck to Swindlehurst. The Panthers are just the 5D men tonight. Mosey playing there as the 5th D man, or at least filling in on D anyway, but the Devils turn it over. Seen him as a forward as well. Perhaps at some point we might get a chance to discuss some of the scratches tonight, John, but it's been such a fast pace. Just 5 minutes gone. The Devils get a battle out front as well, with Lord there, with Swindlehurst, and again the Panthers looking for that break. It was Millen that time who nearly got on the end of it. This time bounce clears. Nice play it was from Lord over to Culligan while the Devils make a change. Shot comes in and Madalora will hold on to that one and then play the puck indeed. So away they come with Lawrence, who just hands that back. It's Robert Farmer getting a shift now as well, his first of the game. Hudson just plays that back to Gleason Fournier. We know he can skate and we know he can pass, and he's looking for the puck now, but that one goes up on the wing to Lee Salters. Takes the bump there from Farmer, but Salters comes off better. The battle is down low. Might be a chance out front. Salters it is again, and it trickles into Madalora, makes the easy save with 14-16 left in the first.
I always have to caveat this with I'm no net mining expert. Madalora looks quick, but is the read on him that he goes to the pads pretty quickly? I just wonder whether the word from the Devils might be to shoot high, shoot over the shoulders. He seems to go to those, goes to the knees pretty quickly, and leave in with a smaller netminder, which he is. Maybe the top half of the net is a little bit more exposed. So if I was a Devils player with a message on the Devils bench, it would be shoot high.
Here come the Panthers again. Clark wants to make this one count. We'll get it in deep for Stephen Schultz to get a hold of. Who has the puck now as well? Schultz pulls a nice move there, but just loses an edge, and the Devils will get a chance to battle that loose puck. They get it now through Thomas Kirker, and then Doucet over to Martin, back to Kirker, and then Doucet. Offside they go though, and Doucet will just get caught up on the blue line and now look to make his move and into the zone. No call there, as that was just a fair battle there. Good play from Evan Mosey. Now we get a hit down low though. We are maybe going to get a call here, and we're going to get a whistle as we get a little bit more as well, and we'll just see how things develop right in our blind spot down there.
I think that penalty is going to be negated. I think the initial call on Martin was there. I think Doucet's gone in and done the same thing. So I must admit, from a neutral standpoint, I read in that there's going to be 2 penalties on that play, but we'll see what referee Hogarth. It's good from Doucet going in to protect the teammate, and Joey Martin is so valuable. And War initially with the boarding call, but perhaps a little bit of a unnecessary play by Doucet. There's nothing on that. That's just tough defensive work. And we see a boarding call here, but Doucet goes in and does the exact same thing. So that's a fair call. And yeah, on the plus side, Doucet's looking out for a teammate, but you've got to say it's a little bit of a dumb play and negates the Devils' advantage on the power play.
Still just 6 minutes and 19 gone in this first period, as there's a little bit of debating going on the live feed here, but eventually we'll get set for a face-off, and we're going to get some 4-on-4 action, and that'll be an interesting dynamic as well. Usually the Devils fare well in these scenarios. So the Panthers have got plenty of good skaters and plenty of good passers too. One of them is out there now in Brad Moran. Culligan just turns there, gets away from Schmidt, working his way inside. Culligan, chance back door, the shot comes in but doesn't find the net. It was Mark Richardson there creeping in and somehow sent it wide of Shane Madalora's net as the set-up play from Culligan there was superb. 1:30 left, 4-on-4. Here's Andrew Hotham. Devils have made a couple of changes. Haddad stays there though, and Richardson has it now over to Hoffman. Morissette is out on the ice as well. Good step-up play from Swindlehurst, but that might expose things. Morissette down low, chance again! It was Richardson there, and then Haddad came in as the Devils looked to make this 4-on-4 work for them. 1:10 left, 4-on-4.
Great read there by Mark Richardson, seeing he had space on the weak side when the puck was in middle ice with Joey Haddad. Richardson just made up all that ground, and I think it was Morissette that laid the perfect pass. Richardson looking to jump into the play at every opportunity tonight.
Good turnover from Martin, but Evan Mosey does brilliantly there. 2-on-1 situation here. Ling is there back door, but overskating it was Evan Mosey, and it allowed the Devils to get back. That could have been 2-1 Panthers in a flash there if Evan Mosey had corralled that puck. Gleason Fournier is there battling Chris Lawrence, who always plays well in this rink, and then he gets all over Fournier, but good play from Fournier just to get that puck out of the zone. He almost found Martin there for the chance as well, as the Devils make some changes. Just 29 seconds left of this 4-on-4 action. That gets dumped in from David Ling, will make a change. Fournier will chase under pressure from Mosey, but he gets away from him and gets it up to Thomas Kirker, who evades the hit from Schultz, and away they go. 3-on-2 situation. Kirker shoots, but whistles over the glove of Madalora. Might be a chance down low, then the wraparound, but no chance for Kirker in the end. 5 seconds left, 4-on-4, and here's Andy Bombach. Over the blue line he goes, looking for support. Good drop-off play it was. Oakford will just shoot that one, and it's well saved from Ben Bounds, and the Devils will go away as we get such fast-paced action here. Navato just clears the zone for the Devils with his speed. 11:30 left in this first period. There with Josh Batch, who makes a nice play up to Zach Havata, but it's well played from Rob Lakovic to cut out the Devils' offensive threat. Here they come again. This time it'll be ice though. It was Jeff Roy there, and we get a whistle there. 11:13 left in the first. 1-1 it is. Devils with the offensive zone face-off.
And I don't think I've seen a faster game in this building this season. The pace these two teams are playing at, really entertaining for the fans in this building. Perhaps the Panthers then with a slightly longer bench in terms of players they can rotate in. Betteridge, Farmer, Lakovic. That could be crucial as this game goes on, but right now these two teams are setting a great pace.
It's there with Josh Batch, who just fires that through. Of course, the Devils with Chris Jones and Luke Piggott. We've seen the power play there on that one shift, but it may be a situation where Andrew Lord feels that he wants to get those on the ice a little bit more as well to combat that extra bench from the Panthers.
Well, I always credit Corey Nielsen. He plays everybody on his bench, and the Devils are a bit more, they protect Jones and Piggott a little bit more, but Nielsen uses his full bench, and at a game with this pace at the moment, maybe that's going to benefit the Panthers in the latter stages.
Something that the Devils will look to make tell is the Panthers 5-man D unit, which is always tough in this building where there's so much physical play. That one will just sail over the top and into the netting. Exactly 11 minutes left in the first.
From the Devils' perspective, I still think they'll be a little worried about the number of odd-man rushes they're giving up based on turnovers that they are making, neutral zone turnovers, and the Nottingham Panthers with just that skilled roster, that veteran roster. If they continue to do that, they'll be punished by a high-end offensive unit.
Swindlehurst has it now, goes deep to deep. Wow, shoot, but it's a good block from Andrew Lord, and the Devils will get a chance to put pressure on the Panthers this time. And Lord does well again there on Jeff Roy, and in the end he gets a bit of help, and away come the Panthers with Matthew Myers. Up it goes to Cam Jansen. Jansen over the blue line will just shoot that in, deflect out a play off the leg of Josh Batch. Just felt that one a little bit. 10:41 left in the first. Two teams that haven't been in the best form, John, but boy, they both look like they want to put things right tonight.
Well, I think everybody knows now that it's less of a marathon now and more of a sprint to the finish. When you get after Christmas, you do see the finishing line in sight, and all these games count, particularly when you've got 6 teams vying for that trophy. And the swing in this game, if the Panthers take the win tonight with their games in hand, if they win the games in hand, they know they'll overhaul the Devils. So this is such a crucial game.
Absolutely, 6 points behind the Devils, the Nottingham Panthers, but they do have those 3 games in hand, so it's a pivotal matchup this. Shot comes in, Chance may still be there on the backside, but it's but Millen who's stung by Ben Bounds. And of course the Devils have got visits up to the NIC to go as well, because the Panthers have played more games here in the Big Blue Tent, and that could be a telling factor as well. So they'll need to make this count, the home ice advantage, the Devils. Not that it's been that too much against this opposition, at least. When it gets dumped in on Bounds, we'll get another whistle. 10-13 left in the first.
I was listening to the Panthers radio today, which I think is a great service on the Panthers website, and there was an interview with Stephen Schultz about this game, and I thought he made a really interesting point that the Panthers had to simplify their game, just advance the puck quickly, and sometimes this team finds it hard to do because they're such a skilled team, because they want to throw the puck around. They almost find it difficult to simplify their game, but they're doing it effectively so far.
Devils win that draw, but it's just too hard for Lee Salters there, so Jake Morissette will put pressure on Evan Mosey, who turns that over to Salters. Salters now with a big frame in the offensive zone, looks to pull a move and goes behind the net. Salters still there, he's got Leeson Fournier in the back end for the Devils. Down low is Jake Morissette. Sacavato is out there as well in this line. The turnover from Salters goes well up against Mosey. Oakford is out there as well, so this perhaps might be a combination the Devils feel they might be able to take advantage of on the smaller ice as well. They get a good shift there, but no good quality scoring chances. Dumped in by Salters, and his line will make a change while Madalora handles. Good pressure from Joey Martin there. The Panthers are going to take a bit more time, and they make some changes, get a line matchup they like out there with Brad Moran now. They're going to pull a move on Mark Richardson. Goes to the net is Stephen Schultz, but it can't find a way through Ben Bounds, and away comes Mark Richardson. Richardson there, been strong defensively already in this game.
Alid, Andrew Lord looking to counter here by extending his bench. We see Jones and Pickett take a shift with Joey Martin, trying to extend that Devils bench to counter the Panthers' potential to go with a four-line unit. And I think that's smart coaching with the last change as well as the home team. Jamie Elston and Neil Francis have got to be on top of their game, make sure they get the matchup they want. But for the Devils, they really do need to extend their bench. Otherwise, in the third period, the Panthers potentially going to have a bit more jump left.
8:57 left then in this first period. In the first period break, we'll have a package interview with Devils new signing Gleason Fournier that John conducted this week. Should be really interesting. I've heard that interview either, John, so I'm very excited about it.
It's done by me, Alan. I wouldn't be that excited. No, it was a very. It was great to sit down with Gleason. He's a very humble gentleman, but obviously believes in his own ability. Believes that he's got an opportunity with the Devils to achieve something great this year, and he's very focused on that. But he comes across as somebody who's just going to be a very, very good fit in that Devils dressing room.
Again, it brings another moving defenseman to this Devils lineup. When you look at the stats between the two teams, the Devils get so much offense from their defense, and somewhere where perhaps the Panthers don't generate as much offense, but certainly on this small ice pad with those outlet passes can be dangerous. But so far, the Panthers with that good forecheck have done well to cut that threat down from the Devils, and it's dumped in again, and Lord will chase that one. D2D for the Panthers. Swindlehurst will take a big hit, it was, from Andrew Lord up on the forecheck, and then Trevor Hendricks gets involved with David Clark. That one gets sent in, and it's a good forecheck, and the Devils turns it over. Might be a chance, as it's a good move from Haddad, still finding a way through, but it's turned over in the end. Now again, shot comes in, it was Kirker, and Madalora was unsighted there, but did enough positionally to make the save. As the Devils pile a bit of pressure on the Panthers, and that will be something that Coach Andrew Lord, as both teams make their changes, will want to see from his club, and try and wear down this tight Panthers five-man D unit that turned over in the neutral zone with Thomas Kirker, and Matthew Myers will dump that one in. Good save from Bounds, fly up into the netting. We'll get a whistle with 7:40 left in the first.
Well, I think the bonus for Andrew Lord right now is guys he needs to go on his bench are playing, and we touched on them before the game. Salters and Kirker have been two standouts in this first period for the Devils. Kirker looks to have a lot of jump, his skating ability. Sometimes it's not wasted energy, but you wonder whether all that skating ability is leading to anything particularly offensive effectively. Tonight it is. He's going direct to the net. He's getting shots on net. He's already got 3 already. If Thomas Kirker's going, that's a big plus for the Cardiff Devils.
The Panthers have their original third line out there now of Myers, McMillan and Jansen, and they'll look to bring a physical presence. The Devils win that draw and make a quick outlet, and here they go with speed as Martin is there, pulls a move as well. Still going is Martin, still there with a chance. The puck is loose out front, but the Panthers get their first down is Madalora as well. And boy, you just felt that if a Devil got a stick on that, there was a goal gaping there ready to be had as Jansen will shoot. There's a bouncing play out front, and the Devils look to take advantage perhaps of this different dynamic now with this line out on the ice. Doucette is there with Salters. Salters looks to go to net, but he's well boxed out. Big hit it was from Lee Salters. He sent Cam Jansen flying across the sheet of the ice in the big blue tent, and the fan base here loves that one. Working down low is Salters again with Matthew Myers. Salters brings life to this building with the shift he's having right now, but Myers will come away with the puck, and he knows how to play all of these corners in this building, having played here for a couple of years with the Devils. Of course, Jansen will make his change. Handled by Mosey, he'll dump that up. There'll be no ice on the play, 6:38 still left in this first period, 1-1 we are. Hudson just plays that over to Gleason Fournier, who escapes, turns that one over. Might be a chance here for Uri Kolnig with help from Ling. Still there, Ling, Moran is there, but it's turned over by Carl Hudson, who helps out his D partner. 3-on-2 situation we have now. Morissette over to Chris Jones, back door was Zach Cavato, and this is an interesting line for the Devils getting a go here. The Devils line is just getting mixed up a little bit here, but it's a good energy shift from these three players that we might be seeing here. Jones, just down low it is, and it's Jake Morissette back to Fournier. Just dumps that one in as the Devils look to keep this potent Panthers big line down in their own end, and they will go and make a change. So Haddad is in. Devils players very, very close to Madalora as well. I don't know if you picked up on anything there, John, but they're definitely getting up close to Madalora when that puck is behind his net. Here's Farmer getting a shift now. Farmer will get the puck back as the tempo seems to have increased again. We had a little period of play there where, oh, there we go. Just as I say that, we get a whistle.
Well, it is interesting what the Devils are doing. They're sending two guys in quite high on the forecheck, and the Panthers have a variation of breakouts, probably the most varied in the league under Corey Nielsen, but particularly they like to, when a team backs off against them, they like to have a winger coming late, perhaps taking a drop pass off a defenseman and hitting the neutral zone at speed. But at the moment, the defensemen aren't being allowed to make that initial skate to gain ground and allow the winger to loop around. The Devils are really pinging them back, so obviously you know, a tactical move there from the Devils because the Panthers are so good on the breakout.
Just while we'll go D2D with Swindlehurst who's out there at the moment. The Panthers D units, of course, being mixed up to a degree with that odd number. Haddad will get that one down low for his line to work. Culligan and Lord out there at the moment gets boxed out well by Swindlehurst, but it's back there now with Chris Culligan who gets that one around. The Devils getting some zone time here, not too many quality scoring chances, but they'll be looking to wear down this Panthers defense. Shot comes in, Madalora makes the easy save in the end, but another good shift from the Devils with 5:05 left in the first.
And the Devils are doing something they haven't done for a couple of weeks, and that's win the battles down low, and those 50-50 scraps against the boards. Joey Haddad's winning them tonight, Andrew Lord's winning them tonight, Lee Salters is probably having his best game in a Devils uniform, and that only bodes well for the Devils. But for the Panthers, they're just a veteran team, and nothing will faze them. They're in a one-all hockey game at the moment, and they know if they get through this first period, perhaps the enthusiasm of the crowd will dampen a little bit, and they'll be able to bring their puck management style into the game. So both teams at the moment, I think, are going to be very pleased with the performance they've brought to this hockey game.
Well, most days I'd agree with you, John, but I think the chances of it dampening the enthusiasm of this crowd tonight are perhaps a bit of an uphill task, because it's been absolutely electric in the sold-out Big Blue tent. It's sold out yet again, it seems to be every week, but something about tonight feels a little bit special.
It does, and I think credit to both teams. You and I were talking before the game. I was looking at the Panthers website. They were talking about the 4 games over Christmas. They attracted over 26,000 fans to their building. That's just credit to that superb fan base, the work that Gary Moran and the rest of the Panthers organisation does. And okay, the Devils rink is smaller, but it's not as an attractive a venue to come into. So for the Devils to sell out this venue, I think it was Wednesday basically they announced the sellout, or close enough. These are two teams at the moment that are doing the right things in terms of marketing, getting hockey out into their community, and it's great to see, and hopefully the Elite League will continue to go from strength to strength.
Absolutely, we saw some really encouraging figures, didn't we, over the Christmas period as well. Not only from the Panthers, those fantastic attendances, but league-wide as well. And it's great to see. And for the Devils, of course, moving into that new building whenever that does happen, that's a big fillip as well, going in there, selling out the building here. And of course, when you've only got single seats around the place as well, you wonder how many other people want to be coming in here, families and things who are looking to book late in the week that might leave until the week after.
And of course, Aled, you saw that building on Thursday afternoon. I unfortunately missed it. So when we've got a chance, maybe you can give us a little update as to how our new home is looking and progressing.
I feel absolutely terrible about this, John. Now sitting beside you with nowhere to run. Tear in John's eye as he said that. But, there we go. Devils look to create something offensively from behind the Panthers' goal, but the Panthers have come away with David Clark, who's looked energetic so far. And you wondered how David Clark might go this season off the back of an injury-plagued season last year, but he's been superb for the Panthers. And again, regularly on the score sheet, already 14 goals on the year, 32 points overall. Here's Andy Bomba, over the blue line he goes. Clark is still there, nice pass. Weak shot comes in the end. It might have been a broken stick out there. Not sure actually, I think Schultz is just going to skate off there with stick in hand. The Devils will come away. Pace has dipped a little bit after that break in play. The Devils will make their own changes now. I feel whichever side can get an advantage going into the first period break, it might be a big one, because a lot of emotion in the building tonight. Here's Fournier, look at those wheels as he goes, backhand try, but tries to feed the pass out front. Devils still there, Salters out front, it was Morissette, stepping in is Hudson with a bomb, and it just fires wide of Madalora again. Devils with a good screen though, as down low is Morissette. Salters is out there, who quite rightly, as you say, Sean, has just been on fire in this first period. Nobody can touch him or get the puck away from him. Salters there, just tries to find a way on the short side there, and Fournier does well, but now there's an outlet. Ling is away, Ling on goal with Hudson. Ling, shoot, big save it was, Ben bounds. The Panthers still have the puck with Kolnick though. 3:30 left in this first period. Moran out front, it's there on the blue line with Swindlehurst, and it's shot down low, and Fournier will do enough. And here comes Lee Salters. Good push back from the Panthers after a good shift from the Devils.
It was, but when we see the replay of that, I'd just like to see what Carl Hudson does in terms of his starting position. I thought he had enough time to read where Ling was in terms of that stretch pass, but I thought he got his starting position all wrong.
Might be a chance here as Hudson looks to, Haddad it is, looks to work his way inside. Still a chance there as, again, Madalora is down. There's just a massive humanity in front of the Panthers net, but away they go. It's Logan McMillan. McMillan on goal, shoot, save from bounds. Keeps this at 1-1 with 2:59 left in the first period.
Well, Trevor Hendricks there gets caught out a little unfortunately. This ice is never at its greatest, but particularly at the end of the period, it's very choppy. Something bobbled over it, the puck bobbled over his stick there, and we saw the breakaway with McMillan going in on Bounds, looking to go 5-hole, but Bounds just tracks the shooter all the way in, closes those pads and makes another big save in the line of big saves he continues to make this season. But the Devils continue to get caught out a little bit on the back end. Odd man rushes, breakaways, something that's going to concern coach Andrew Lord.
Matthew Myers will get sent out of the face-off, so yeah, McMillan comes in to take that draw against Lord. The Devils do enough to win it. They get it out of the zone. The Panthers will attack again. Evan Mosey, who's offside on that occasion. It wasn't Mosey, but Matthew Myers is creeping offside. Mosey, another player, is so impressive every time in the big blue tent. Obviously we see him here more than on the bigger ice. You would expect him to be superb on the big ice as well, but every time in this building seems like a real fit for the Panthers.
Well, I guess he maybe was a little bit of a gamble signing last season. He came in from Holland, I believe, and his stats, I don't know what quite to expect him when you think of the high-end players the Panthers usually bring in. What a great team guy, skates so well, one of the best skaters in the league, play a multitude of positions. He's a great team guy. There's
Thomas Kirker with speed to burn himself, goes behind the net, might be a chance there as it's Joey Martin who look to bring it out. The Devils with their big line out there now, but Chris Lawrence does well, and the Panthers will come away. It's Rob Lakovic with speed, just dumps that one in for the chase from Robert Farmer, who looks to put a hit on Andrew Hoffman, but it's a weak one in the end, and the Devils will look to clear the zone, but Lakovic does well, down low again to Lawrence. Shot comes in off this fourth line shift from the Panthers. The Panthers doing something similar to the Devils, putting Lawrence out there with that effective fourth line, and a good shift it was from them. 2:10 left in this first period, still 1-1 as you see on your screens, as Laura can't corral that puck, and the Panthers eventually will come away with a smooth skating Stephen Schultz. Orders that Navato though, who picks that up in the neutral zone and then takes a big hit it was. David Clark, big hit it was. Look at that one from Clark, stands Navato up, and those are the kind of hits you like seeing all day long, and we get more often than not in this building. Might be a chance out front, and it was Bombach who fed that one across to Stephen Schultz, but he couldn't get on the end of it in the end. 1:30 left.
Alid Bombach gets around the outside too easily there, and for all the plus points I think Fournier and Hudson give you offensively, maybe it's going to take a little bit of time for these two offensive defensemen to settle down defensively. Maybe not so much for physical presence on this line, and something the Panthers, if they get the right matchup, can take advantage of.
Yeah, we did wonder whether we would see these two going out together, and we heard that was likely, and indeed it is, but I think there was a thought from both of us that we might see Hendricks and Batch mix in, so you got the one stay-at-home guy there, but the Devils looking for all offense as they fire that one out. Might be a chance there. Lord drops it back when he might have shot though, and the Panthers might come away through Kolnick, but Richardson reads the play oh so well, as we've come to expect from him. 45 seconds left in the first. Tight checking game it is. The Devils might have a chance down low, and Matalora is down again. He does go down very quickly, John, but the Devils not able to get those second up shots, and you've got to say the Panthers are collapsing extremely well in front of him right now and picking up on the trash there to prevent those second up opportunities for the Devils. Good turnover it was from Haddad, but with just 25 seconds left, the Panthers realise that puck and will come back down for the Devils offensive zone face-off. 23 seconds left in the first.
Yeah, and credit to Paul Swindlehurst, who I think has had a bounce-back period, maybe after that first goal where Salters just completely outmuscled him, but just a moment ago, a desperation play, taking the puck away from Andrew Lord, and he's a quality defenseman. He's mobile, he skates so well, and he eats up a lot of minutes with the Nottingham Panthers, particularly with the injuries they have at the moment. So Paul Swindlehurst really is an elite British defenseman.
Devils go with a big line out there with Joey Martin there looking to take the draw, but it's just about won by him as well. I think it's Matthew Myers. Good save from Matalora down low with the left pad. Kirker is in the corner up against Swindlehurst, who uses that big frame to keep forwards to the outside. Big hit is in the corner as well, and inside to his game, Hudson will just back that one down the neutral zone. It gets fired in on bounds, and we'll just take things away here, and the buzzer sounds in the big blue tent. It's a 1-1 hockey game at the end of the first period. The Devils and the Panthers. The Devils started out with huge pace, but the Panthers hit on the counter-attack well. It was in the end, it was the Devils with their potent power play, number 2 in the league, which got them off to the start. But the Panthers there, we thought it was going to be dangerous, that counter-attack. The Devils are leaving things open. It was the goal in the end came to make it 1-1. Probably a fair reflection after the first.
I think so. Just a burst of energy from the fans before the game when the PA system failed, and we had sort of the improvised version of the anthem off the cuff, and the Panthers fans responded, and this building was electric, and both teams started responding to the big game that it is. That pace for the first 5 or 6 minutes was phenomenal. You have the Devils on the power play. What can you say? Lee Salters carrying the puck from his own blue line. You just can't stop him. He's like a tank when he wants to skate, with that puck handling ability as well, which people forget about him, and Doucette just Johnny on the spot to finish that. But this Panthers team is a veteran team. I always reference that when you look at the age of their team. They've got players who've been there, seen it and done it. They didn't panic at all. A couple of good shifts to respond, and Kolnick scores that goal after a lovely cross-ice pass by Ling, and then Mosey, I think, showing soft hands there. If you watch that goal again, I think it's actually a little deft touch to slow that puck down, and Kolnick's on the back door to make it a 1-1 game. And from then on, both teams giving it their all. I still think the Devils are coughing up the puck a lot and defensively, and leaving themselves open to odd man rushes, but they are getting to bodies to the net, which is a good sign. So a thoroughly entertaining first period.
Perhaps a lot of that first period, certainly the second half of it, played in the Panthers zone. The Devils getting the forecheck going, but it was the Panthers who had perhaps the better quality scoring chances, and Ben Bounds again showed why he's been such a huge asset to this side, and he's really kept this one at 1-1.
Well, in the space of 30 seconds, I think he makes that save from Ling when Ling gets a step on Hudson, and then McMillan goes in one-on-one. 2 different saves. One, he stays up tall and stops the slap shot from Ling. Ling's got a great release. The other one, he backs into his net a little bit, tracks the shooter, goes down low and closes those pads up to stop the 5-hole chance. So, yeah, he's an elite performer for the Cardiff Devils right now.
And just quickly, John, what do you think of the play of Shane Madalora so far? He gave up the early goal, tough to come in this building, but he's been pretty strong there. But what about the way the Panthers have played in front of him, and how about the way the Devils have played him as well?
I think the team defence has been good from the Panthers. I think the Devils have been better at finding skating lanes to get to the net. I did reference early, and I've never played netminder in my life, but he does look like a small netminder who goes to the pads, goes to the knees quite quickly. So I think there is room over the shoulders, and I think certainly Thomas Kirker was looking to shoot high on him a couple of times, but he's made the saves he's had to make, and that's all you can ask of him. The team defence in front of him has been very, very good.
Well, thanks for now, John. We're just going to go to a break now, and then John will be, you'll see a package of John interviewing Devils' new signing, defenseman Gleeson Fournier, who's had a pretty impressive start here and shown his smooth skating abilities. John caught up with him midweek, and we'll take you to that interview now. We'll see you for the second.
Now, January is commonly known as a time of new beginnings, and the Cardiff Devils are no exception to that. Coming off a busy, festive period, the Devils still sit top of the Elite League. And at the end of January, they're going to make the move across the road to the beautiful Ice Arena Wales, the building you can see behind me. Now, the Devils will have a new face in their ranks when they make that move. On Monday morning, the Devils shocked their fans and the rest of British ice hockey by announcing the signing of Gleeson Fournier. Now, Gleeson is a 2009 draft pick by the Detroit Red Wings in the 3rd round, and you don't share the ice with Nicholas Lindstrom in training camp if you're not a good player. He's a Calder Cup winner, a two-way defenseman who can jump into the play and create offense, and most recently he's been playing in the ECHL for Alaska Aces. Gleeson is fresh off the plane, he's been rushed to Cardiff, and the first thing he wanted to do was sit down with Icetime TV for an exclusive interview to talk about what it means to be a Cardiff Devil and his hopes for the future. Gleeson, welcome to Cardiff first of all. It's Thursday lunchtime as we speak. You've been in Cardiff for a couple of days. How's the settling in process going?
It's pretty good. Everyone have been taking care of me very well, and it's a warm welcome from the organization and the fans also. I mean, on Twitter, I got a lot of people talking to me, and it's crazy. I can't wait to get started this weekend.
So what's the setup? You've been on the ice a couple of times with the guys. Just speaking off camera, you're rooming with Andrew Hotham, and he seems like a pretty good guy, and he's leading the league in defensive points at the moment. So everything's going to plan so far.
Yeah. I mean, today was the first practice I had with the team, like the full team on the ice. We had like a skilled practice that was pretty good. Yesterday I went on the ice for like 10 minutes just to fill the equipment, and like you said, I live with Hotham, and I mean, I know he's a great defenseman, with obviously leading the points in the league, and it's nice to have someone like that I can share like moments with him, so I can feel more comfortable coming here. Absolutely.
So take us through how this happened, because for us Cardiff Devils followers, it all came out of the blue. It was Monday morning. There was an announcement on the website that you'd signed, but obviously there's been a bit of discussion and groundwork that's happened before that. So take us through how this signing came about.
Well, I was talking to Andrew for quite a while, and you know, it's always like a big jump you have to do, like to go overseas, and I was thinking about it, and you know, you always have doubts. You never know like what's ahead, what's coming. So and then like I just decided to go make the big jump. Like everyone told me that I was going to be a good player overseas with like big ice and a different system and more speed. You know, that's the kind of game I play. So I decided to go. So I'm happy about the decision, and I'm looking forward to for this weekend.
So just touching on that, what can Cardiff Devils fans and fans around the league expect from you? What sort of player are you? You're a two-way defenseman, someone who likes to jump into the rush a little bit, play a little bit of power play. What can the Devils fans expect from you watching you this weekend and further on in the season?
Well, I've been known in the past for being more an offensive defenseman, but I think I got a little better defensively, and I can play two-way now. Where I was in Alaska, I played penalty kill and power play, and I was good over there. So I'm good in transition. I'm a fast defenseman, very mobile. So that's what they can see from me. I mean, I don't know what's going to be my use over here, but I think they see me in their plan, and I can have an important role here.
Now, of course, whenever we make a new signing, fans love to read the resume, and you've got a pretty impressive resume. So if you take us through your career to date, drafted by Detroit, that's something to shout about. And of course, a Calder Cup winner and ECHL All-Star, I believe. So what's sort of been the career progression for you so far, going through those different stages?
Well, I played junior in Rimouski, which is a really good organization there, and I got drafted by the Red Wings. I was very proud of it. That was my favorite team at that time, so I got a lot of experience there, going on the ice with Pavel Datsyuk, Zetterberg, Lindstrom, all those great players, and obviously during training camp I didn't play any games for the Red Wings, but
I guess as an offensive defenseman, Lindstrom's not a bad guy to watch a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and being on the ice with those guys was pretty awesome, and also with great coaches, Mike Babcock, and now Jeff Blashill, which was my coach when I played in the minor leagues in Grand Rapids over there, and there's a coach that I won the Calder Cup with, and now he's with the Red Wings, so obviously a pretty good coach, and I learned a lot from that organization.
And the last couple of years in the ECHL?
Yeah, last year I spent my time in Orlando in the ECHL and in Fort Myers, Florida, and this year I was in Alaska, and probably the most important role that since I'm pro. I had a lot of ice time, and I was pretty confident, so I'm going to try to bring that over here.
Okay. Do you know much about the league? Do you know any of the guys around the league? Was there anyone you could have discussions with to ask for sort of a reference of the standard of the league, or are you coming into this a little bit blind?
Well, I know Joey Martin. I played with Joey Martin. I think that was my first or my second year pro, because I was spending time in Grand Rapids and in Toledo, and I played with him a lot of games, so I know him pretty well. Pretty good guy, and he's leading. I think is he still leading the league in points? Yeah, he is. So, I mean, it's pretty impressive, and so yeah, I mean, I talked to him a little bit. He tried to give me tips, and he made me he welcomed me here, and I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, when you know people,
yeah,
absolutely, it's easier to integrate yourself.
Is he going to give you tips on the driving as well? Because again, speaking off camera, maybe that left-hand side of the road drive.
Really?
not too happy with that at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sharing the car with Adam, and yeah, I'm scared to drive right now, so I'm going to wait a little bit.
Well, the weekends keep getting bigger as the season goes on, and the Devils, as you know, are sitting in first place right now, and the league title is sort of the big trophy in this country. And on Saturday night, we take on the Nottingham Panthers, or the Devils take on the Nottingham Panthers. Have you had a little bit of a brief about what that game is going to be like, and the atmosphere this rink generates when 2,000 plus people are in here clapping their hands, stamping their feet?
Well, I know that Nottingham are behind us in the standing, so it's going to be a pretty huge game. We're going to need those points for sure, and I mean, I'm pretty excited about that. First game, it's already an important game, so it's going to be huge here with in this rink, probably pretty loud also. The fans very close to the ice, so it's going to be pretty exciting. I'm very excited about that.
And for fans out there who are also always interested in the little details, what number are you going to wear for the Devils? And is there a reason, a story behind that?
I'm going to wear number 20. That's the number I was wearing when I was playing in Grand Rapids when I won the Calder Cup. So I'm going to try to.
That's a lucky charm, maybe.
Yeah.
And we were saying off camera that you never know what happens in hockey, but this is not maybe a short-term thing for you. You're looking to make a career in Europe now, and if things work out, possibly with the Cardiff Devils.
Yeah. Like I said, I've always been told that I would be a good player overseas, so I made the big jump, and probably going to finish my career here. And like we said, we never know what might happen. But I know in my contract, I'm going to be here next year too, so it can be a big, a long-term relationship with the Cardiff.
It was great to catch up with Gleeson there and get his first exclusive interview as a Cardiff Devil. Now, the other person we wanted to speak to on this matter is, of course, player coach Andrew Lord. I wanted to get his insight on what it's like to sign a player mid-season, and more particularly, the specific considerations that need to go into that. For example, what role is the player going to play on the team? How it might affect the locker room? Budgetary considerations, scouting that needs to be done, and references that need to be gathered. Let's have a listen to what he had to say.
So Andrew, you and I have been talking the last few weeks, and I've been interviewing Todd Kelman, and you've all been showing a great poker face when I've been asking about potential new signings. Gleeson Fournier has arrived at the club.
Yeah, we're ecstatic to get him here. Gleason's a great guy. We've done all our references and then some on him as a person, as a teammate. A little bit quiet, soft-spoken guy from a small town, but really good person with a good heart, and I think he's going to fit in great in the locker room. And then as far as on ice, I think he's going to be a big addition to the team.
In what way is he going to be a big addition? What is the role you see him fulfilling? What type of player are you expecting of Gleason from the scouting that you've done?
He is a great two-way hockey player with a large amount of offensive upside. Earlier on in his career, all the reports were great, hugely talented offensive player, maybe a little bit of a defensive liability. The last couple of years, he's really come into his own. He's learned the pro game. He's matured. He's a little bit older now. From everything we've watched, very solid, good stick detail defensively. He'll be one of the best skating D-men in the league. Super smooth. Reads the game very well with solid vision, stick skills, puck skills. Very high end. So I think all in all, it's going to help us get out of our zone much quicker. I think he's going to help us with puck possession greatly, and I think offensively as well as on the power play, he's going to be a good addition.
Now, I guess the fans at home would like to know, was this signing planned in that it was always in your thoughts? Was it in direct relation to the Tyson Mars injury? Is he going to slip in seamlessly next to Carl Hudson? What are your thoughts on that in terms of why this signing happened and perhaps who he might look to pair up with?
I told the guys that it wasn't a knee-jerk reaction from this past weekend. We actually signed him, I believe, on Saturday, I think it was. It's my job and our job as a coaching staff and organization to always look at players. So we always have the feelers out, just like any other team does. And he got, we started looking at him maybe 6 weeks ago, I'd say. Just his name came up, started watching a little bit of film, looking into him, getting a few references. Coming into this season, we knew the league was going to get better. We thought we had planned for it. The league's taken a dramatic jump, and the biggest jump it's made is through foot speed and overall mobility. If you look at a lot of teams, every D can skate in the league now, and we felt maybe we needed a little bit more mobility back there. So that was we were always looking at that, and then once Marshy went down, and it looked like maybe it was going to be a bit of an extended period. We're still not sure. We're hoping he's good to go soon, but we're not sure with the concussion. You never really know. We just thought it was time. We needed that because we feel with Marshy out, it is a big gap to fill with so many intangibles that he brings.
Now, judging from the press releases that I've read so far, this is a signing obviously not for the short term, but with a view to moving across the road to Ice Arena Wales, that Olympic-size ice pad. You see Gleason being that person who can make that smooth transition and be a prominent player on a bigger ice surface. That's
a huge part of it, right? He's a young guy, for especially for this league, I'd say. He's a little bit on the younger side of things. Again, his skating ability, we saw it today firsthand. It's very high end, very smooth, quick as well as fast and open ice. And I think, he's going to be good in this rink. I'm sure he'll be good, but I think fans are really going to get their money's worth when we move over. I think he's going to be a dynamic player. I think he's going to be a very exciting player to watch. He's going to bring a real puck possession feel, a playmaking feel to our team. He's going to really add that dimension from the back end.
So there's potential for him to be a Cardiff Devil, not just for the next couple of months, but perhaps going forward.
Absolutely. We've had good talks with him, and we're really excited to see what he brings here.
Great insight from Andrew Lord as always, and you can sense his excitement and the excitement of the rest of the Devils team at the signing of Gleason Fournier. We wish Gleason all the best, and we're sure that you'll be catching a lot more of him on your Icetime TV screens very soon.
We're here back live in the building on Icetime TV. Cardiff Devils against the Nottingham Panthers. Huge game in the Elite League. The Panthers trail the Devils by 6 points, but they have 3 games in hand, so it's a pivotal game in the title charge for both clubs, and it's 1-1 at the moment. The Devils with a big start, but the Panthers good on the break as well, and probably had the better of the good goal-scoring chances. The Devils are good pressure though, and they got a power play goal. They won from 1 so far, and that's been so important for them this season, and they'll look to make it count if the special teams come more and more into the play, as the Devils and Panthers are gathering around their respective entrances back onto the ice is just waiting its time to settle. And John, what an exciting first period it was, and you've got some excited people on Twitter looking for announcements, or?
Yeah, we got a couple of people who are kindly watching the webcast tonight and have asked for shout-outs and mentions, and Ben, Kirsty and Freddie are watching Ice Time TV. They're cheering on the Devils, and we hope you guys are enjoying it. We're certainly enjoying calling this game. It's been very exciting so far. A friend of mine, Mark Kendall, who I play ball hockey with, I see a picture on Twitter. His little one is watching the game and getting very excited, so hope you guys are enjoying it. We know a big friend of the show, Claire, who tunes in every week and gives us a lot of nice feedback and constructive criticism when it's required, but I understand it's Scarlett, her little one's birthday this week, so Scarlett is 2, and we want to give a huge shout out, not just from us here at Ice Time TV, but everyone at the Cardiff Devils, because Claire is very, very popular, and we miss her at the games, and hope her and Scarlett get back into the Big Blue Tent very soon. And the Hockey Forum tournament that happens every year, raising money for charity, such a fantastic cause. That's happening again in July, I believe, in Cardiff this year. And T Haven Hockey have asked for a shout out, and I certainly endorse that, because the charity teams that play in that tournament always come together through hockey and raise a lot of money for a number of good causes. So keep an eye out for that, and if you're in the Cardiff area in July, pop along and see that, because it's a fun weekend, and a beer or two get drunk, Alid, so it's socially not too bad either.
Not while playing, I assume, John?
Occasionally.
I suppose it can make you feel like you're Wayne Gretzky out there, I suppose, if you've had one or two before you go out. So we're just about ready here. I didn't even get a chance to mention the referee is Stefan Hogarth tonight, and well, he's certainly got a bit of notoriety in the Big Blue Tent anyway this season, and well, there we are. There was a sort of shake of the head from Hogarth as though apologised to Joey Martin. He just almost dropped it, perhaps without even saying there. But it is the two big lines up against each other here. It's the Martin line up against the Moran line. Ling and Kolnick out there for the Panthers. Martin, of course, with Kirkland, Doucette. Swindlers is on the back end with Jeff Waugh. The Devils go with the big pairing of Potham and Richardson. I wonder if that second period can live up to the excitement of the first, and it really has been electric in this building. Over the blue line is Hotham. Hotham still with the move, shoots, and looks, in the end, just goes wide of Madelore. And that's been a little bit of the story for the Devils. When they've had good looks, they've often shot wide of the Panthers goaltender, and both sides will make their changes. Actually, Ling stays out there for a little bit longer and looks for the pass from Swindlehurst. Has it over the blue line now. Kolnick is still there too. Kolnick is inside. He has space. Kolnick shoots. Huge save it was from bounds. And the Devils there again getting caught on that change. And it's Ling with those great hands. And Kolnick there nearly gets his second of the night. Ben Bounds once again stands up tall.
Yeah, what a 1-2 punch that is with Ling and Kolnick. And we saw that combination on the first goal. And Ling just gains the zone effortlessly there. Makes the play into Kolnick. A little shoulder drop. Creates space for himself. And Ben Bounds has to stand tall again. And you're absolutely right in your call, Alid, that whilst the Devils may have had more zone time, certainly the Panthers have had the better of the scoring chances.
Josh Batch will just push that one around the board so Andrew Lord doesn't have to get it out. Makes a nice play actually to Joey Haddad. 2-on-2 situation. Haddad shoots, looking to use Mosey as a screen, but in the end it was a good block. Still a chance there. That one gets sent up into the mesh off the stick of Shane Madelore. The Devils will get an offensive zone face-off with 1 minute and 9 seconds gone in the second.
And the guys in the truck at Ice Time TV just asked me to do a little bit more housekeeping and apologising for those technical difficulties we did experience at the start. Usually you do get the player announcements on the webcast because of the problems. We're actually inside the venue, not on the webcast, but we know that the fans at home didn't get the player announcements. We obviously apologise for that.
Yeah, those announcements, and it's all a little bit intertwined, but the problem here was in-house. And therefore wasn't able to be put up on the screens because it wasn't... Nothing was working down there for a while. And poor old Todd Kelman as well was mute. And I had to dash over to the players to tell them to get out on the ice among the intro. Who knows how long they'd have been there if he hadn't run over. Bombach gets turned over by Josh Batch. He does well, might set things up 3-on-2 for the Devils. Culligan shoots, good save it was down low again. The Devils keep shooting down low on Madelore, and certainly John and I feel that he's pretty strong there, but the second up chances aren't coming either. Lord will keep that in the corner while the Devils make some changes and try and get the matchup they want against the Panthers. It's the Clark line out there with Bombach and Schultz. Mosey does well down low.
Sorry, just to reference Allard, we've got Hudson and Hendricks on the ice at the moment. Is that a middle of a change, or is that a conscious move from the Devils? We'll see now.
We'll keep an eye on that one. Good play. Havato will shoot and it whistles wide there in the end. It might have been a blocker save from Madalora. We will keep an eye on that one. Oh, Gleeson.
Fournier, yes. Fournier's taken the ice, so the pairings have gone back as expected, but we have had talk in the second period with us amongst ourselves and some fans around the building.
Salters with the puck now. Shoots, looking to catch her, and I think that was rimmed off the iron in the end. Salters has got a rasping shot. Often catches goaltenders unawares, and boy oh boy, that was a heck of a shot. And Madalora didn't know too much about that. Now there's a chance for the Panthers though, and Bounds has to make a good save himself. Away comes Lee Salters, who's been so impressive. We'll dump that one in now. Madalora handles but mishandles, and there's enough though to get that up to Matthew Myers. The Welshman gets hit in the neutral zone by Carl Hudson, but the Panthers still have the puck. Jansen will shoot, and well blocked it is by Mark Richardson, who battles with him in the corner. Now Logan McMillan gets sent out, and it's just wide of Schmidt there. So with 3 minutes and 10 gone in the second, both sides will make changes as the Panthers set things up.
Yeah, just to finish on that point, Fournier and Hudson so good offensively, but just a little bit of slight worry around the building. They're both looking to skate forward, maybe leaving room in behind, whether it might be beneficial for either of them to be paired with a stay-at-home defenseman.
Chris Lawrence there, hacking and whacking again on Andrew Coffin, but the Devils do well and get out in the zone. Good hit it was, but the Devils will come away. Doucette took the hit to make the play, but Kirker gets turned over well there. Evan Mosey again, really strong play on Thomas Kirker, and a nice outlet pass to Rob Lakovic. Inside it is, chances there. Farmer it was, with the Panthers getting this fourth line out on the ice. Mosey just winds a big hit, it was there as Kirker there on Mosey, and now a chance for the Devils. Richardson to Doucette, what a move that is inside. Doucette though, still has it, Doucette shoots, and it's well blocked in the end. That was Jeff Waugh there who made the save in the end on that shot from Guillaume Doucette. Just over 4 minutes gone in the second period as the crowd feel there might be an opportunity for the Devils, but the Panthers look oh so dangerous on the break. Here's Uri Kolnick with a nice play up to Brad Moran, goes back to his defenseman Evan Mosey, who seems to be on the ice a lot and looking to make plays, and he certainly creates a lot from the Panthers defense. But here they go, Culligan with Haddad. Lord crashes the net. Culligan, Haddad will shoot. It's Brian Schmidt who does well. Fournier will shoot through traffic. Good save it is out wide, and down low is Evan Mosey. Easton Fournier gets that around to Andrew Lord. Lord is there. Culligan, as the Devils put pressure on 5-on-5 through traffic. It gets deflected out of play though with 5 minutes and 2 seconds gone in the second.
And the Panthers continue to do a good job not allowing too many pucks to get to Madalora. But Andrew Lord is really setting the tone tonight for the rest of his team. His puck protection is fantastic. When he goes against the boards, he just he can't be shifted right now, and as a result he's gaining great zone time for the Devils. So you see a replay of that hit over on the sideboards, and Joey Martin, the hockey brain that he's got going to ice, but still making a great pass, and the puck just getting caught up a little bit. We see again in that replay an example, that puck never quite got to Madalora. The Nottingham Panthers team defense doing a great job.
Batch will just push that one around the boards, and Salters is out there now with Havato Morissette. Stephen Schultz is there, and Salters will look to turn that over, gets it back to his defenseman. Hendrick shoots, and it's an easy save for Madalora, who pushes that one wide. Down low is that Havato up against Brian Schmidt, who's always good for the Panthers in this building, the former American League defenseman. Lee Salters down low with Morissette. Oakford is out there, paired with Schmidt on this shift. Schultz and Bombach and Clark getting caught in their own zone, but Batch will step down low, and he's covered there by Havato, who just fans on that one, and the Panthers will get a chance to get that one out of the zone with 5.5 minutes gone in the second period. Crashing the net is David Clark. Andy Bombach lays that one back, but there's a short angle shot there. That one will just bring a whistle, and we'll take a break with 14:09 left in the second.
No real let-up from either team. It's still a high-energy game, and a simple game being played by the Panthers, as Stephen Schultz talked about in the build-up to this, getting the puck forward quickly, playing that north-south game and just looking to get bodies in front of Ben Bounds. But Ben Bounds has seen the greatest scoring chances on him. He stood up very well to that. For the Panthers, again, Madalora's made the saves he's had to, but very, very impressed by the Panthers, not allowing pucks to get to their new netminder.
Good battle there, the face-off zone against the Devils, who get a hold of it and will look to make a breakout. But a good forecheck from the Panthers means that doesn't get very far, and McMillan will push that one back into the zone. Then Bounds there and overhandles a little, might be a chance out front there, and boy oh boy, that was Logan McMillan stepping in again. He might get another chance, but this time turns it over to Guillaume Doucet, who does enough to break things up for the Devils in their own zone. Cam Jansen will battle in the corner. McMillan gets it out front again, and now it's Matthew Myers there. Shot comes in, it's a bobbling puck there in front of Ben Bounds as the traffic is there. Still another chance, still there might be a chance there as it was McMillan coming down low. What a good shift this is from the Matthew Myers line. Jeff Waugh will cut that pass out and get that into the zone as the Panthers make their changes. Big shift that was from a physical line for the Nottingham Panthers. Away go the Devils, it's Andrew Hocken. Headmans the puck, gets it up to Joey Martin. Martin drops off, good shot it was, whistles wide of Madalora. Kurka will try and dump that in, but it's cut out well again by Evan Mosley. That one gets sent out of the zone by Sam Oakford. A battle in the neutral zone sees Carl Hudson just about get a hold of things, but then a good play it was from Robert Farmer as the Panthers are looking to roll these four lines here in this second period, and it's going to put pressure on the Devils. They might need to see Jones and Piggott out there a little bit more. Here they are in the neutral zone. Kurka will shoot that one, and Madalora plays the puck as the atmosphere picks up. Out into the neutral zone it is. Lakovitz there with Lawrence and Farmer. Hudson will regain control for the Devils as Fournier waits for it, but instead it's back with Hudson. Up across the blue line, no ice on the play. Here's Joey Haddad, and Evan Mosey will come away. 12:19 left in this second period, still 1-1. Turned over by Andrew Lord, and here come the Devils again with Chris Culligan, but then he's turned over. Fournier will step in and send a bouncing puck towards Madalora, but it's Evan Mosey will come away with the puck, and boy, he must have a heck of an engine room, Evan Mosey, the way he plays and the amount of minutes he's eating up tonight. Here's Chris Culligan, gets over the blue line, gets it round Sam Oakford. Here's Joey Haddad down low with Evan Mosey for company. Back it goes to Fournier. Shot for the point, it's there, but it was a good save, as it had to be a sharp save in the end as Madalora was unsighted momentarily. Shot comes in, it's a big one, and that will just deflect into the plexiglass as Uri Kolnick is out there now. Takes a hit along the boards, but Moran and Ling have the quick transition. The trailer is Kolnick. Kolnick still has it, goes towards the net. Still there, might be a chance as Ling found space at the back door, but it was well cut out. But the icing is there, 11:24 left in the second.
And the Devils out on their feet a little bit, and that icing call, see if the Devils can delay this game a little bit, because the Panthers have a chance to get fresh bodies on the ice. For me though, Aled, for the Devils, that Culligan, Haddad, Lord line has been the best line tonight for the Devils in terms of energy, bodies to the net. We know Lee Saltis is going as well, but as a collective unit, those are the guys who are getting zone time, who are cycling the puck. That's the energy line, the go-to line for the Devils right now.
Batch will handle the puck in his own zone. It's like a continental football game in the building right now, John. The atmosphere just relentless in this building. We hope it's translating to an extent, at least to you at home watching this Ice Time TV broadcast. Here's Paul Swindlehurst with the puck now. Nice outlet it was. David Clark just tips that in, and he'll battle with Josh Batch. Big hit it was from Batch down low. Big Panthers travelling support as well, and that's adding to the atmosphere here in the big blue tent. Trevor Hendricks is down low, finds an outlet with Lee Salters, who gets that out, but only as far as Swindlehurst. Here's Andy Bombach, gets it up on the wing to Stephen Schultz with space, looks to cut inside, pull a move, Schultz still goes, a nice shot and a good save from Bounds it was, as the Panthers look to hit back themselves. Good play again from Swindlehurst to cut out that play.
Aled, you just feel the Panthers are starting to dominate that puck management game they've got, keeping the puck away from the Devils. The Devils living off scraps at the moment. The crowd trying to bring the Devils back into it, but the Panthers may be controlling the pace of this game a little at the moment. And if we just touch on David Ling, because when he came back into this league, there was so much talk about would age get the better of him. He's going 29 points in 20 games at the moment, and just out there, you never lose your skill, you never lose your experience. They say in football the first 5 yards is in the head. Well, I think he's got the hockey equivalent, just makes time for himself, and he really is continues to be a very entertaining player to watch, but also a very effective player.
It's the Ling line out on the ice right now, and Evan Mosey there, who seems to be on the ice permanently for the Nottingham Panthers. That one gets fired in, and it's good coaching as well. And Nielsen could see Mosey's going well tonight and gets him out on the ice as much as he can. Down low, Colnick sent to the Ling. Ling just tries to dish that one again in front of Ben Bowes. It is the Panthers who are starting to dominate this hockey game with those 4 lines as well, which we've seen more of in the second period. Here's Evan Mosey, who takes it away from Hotham. The Devils might get caught here with Hotham up high, but he cuts that one out, and they'll look to transition something for the Devils here. Up it is to Thomas Kirker, heads up with Guillaume Doucette. The back check is there. Doucette still works in, but Martin can't handle that airborne puck, but it's there. Hotham steps inside, shoots, and scores! Andrew Hotham!
Well, the Devils can live on scraps all they want when you've got players like Andrew Hotham on the ice, jumping into the play again as he's done all season, manages to reclaim that puck, just outweights Madalora there. As we see on the replay, it's a bobbling puck, nobody gets control of it. Hotham turns over the puck, waits, commits Madalora, and finds the little gap between the blocker and the pad. And the man who sits 3rd in overall scoring in the Elite League for a defenseman continues to rack up the points.
Hotham is 11th goal on the season, and he's just shy of 50 points on the season, Andrew Hotham. When you've got that kind of weaponry back there for the Devils, as you say, John, you can be outplayed at times, but you've got that kind of player there who can just turn a game on its head. And he read that play and stepped inside and made it count. Now the Devils get this line that's going well, as you said, John, on the ice straight away after that shift. It's the Andrew Lord line up against Matthew Myers. And Oakford gets a shift there as well down low. I'm going to take a regular shift for the Panthers on D. Big hit comes in from Andrew Lord. Hendricks will keep that one in the zone. And the Devils will go to work again. It's turned over, and Schmidt does well to get that puck out of the zone with a bit of help. Here's Logan McMillan, but Hendricks with a nice heads-up play means Joey Haddad can tip that into the zone. 8:46 left in the second. Devils need 2-1 off the back of the Andrew Hotham goal. From broken play it was. The Panthers have been so impressive in the second, but the one mistake and the Devils capitalise, and they might do again here. Jones will shoot there, almost catches Madalora, but it sails wide as the Devils get this line out on the ice with Jones, and Haddad is there. Martin is at the net. A bit of a mixed match line for the Devils right now, but it might create something up against Matthew Myers. Brian Schmidt with a long shift is out there. Carl Hudson now steps inside with room. Hudson backdoor chance, and it was Luke Piggott there. Just couldn't quite get his stick on the end of that one. Joey Martin there. Might be a chance for Hudson, but well cut out by Logan McMillan, and now the Panthers will go. Dumping that in is McMillan. They'll make a change.
Alec, I just think that's a good matchup for the Devils. Myers, McMillan and Janssen doesn't have quite the same offense as Haddad, Culligan and Lord, and whilst the Panthers have been dominating, if the Devils can get that matchup, I think they'll be they'll look on that favourably.
Here they go again with speed. That goal looks to avoid the Devils, and Martin has had a good shift there and will send that in for Luke Piggott to chase. And he'll look to make a hit and bring energy to this club. Good play from Chris Lawrence though, out there with Farmer and Lakovic as well. Lawrence with the brakes on, looks to dish the puck, will go back door, but Lakovic couldn't get on the end of it, and Piggott will clear as the Panthers to try and hit back quickly with 7:24 left in the second. Here's Zach Cavato, and he knows something about energy. Tries to get it out front, and Madalora will clear as Jeff Waugh just makes sure that there's no scraps there for Lee Salter. 7:19 left in the second, 2-1 Devils.
And you feel the key for the Devils now is keeping this lead for a little bit of a prolonged period. We saw against Dundee last week that they hacked back immediately with the Devils scoring a late goal to make it 2-1 in the third period, as we see Zach Cavato going to the outside. The Stars hit back immediately, the Panthers hit back immediately in the first period. The Devils need to protect this now for a few shifts and just continue to build on this momentum and the enthusiasm in this crowd.
Then just bobbles over the blue line, so Richardson and Hotham will go back. Nice outlet play it is, up to Zach Cavato with strength, holds off Andy Bombach, and there is a call. Chop comes in though, whistles over the shoulder, and good play from Cavato. Drew the clear call on Andy Bombach there out of frustration. The Devils now with a big chance on the power play.
Yeah, it's going to be a slashing call, and that is, or I think it's going to be a slashing call, but we'll wait to see what referee Hogarth makes the signal for, because I think it was just a frustration call on Bombach. He thought he had Havato outmuscled him, but no, we can have a holding call, and well, your own interpretation of that. Maybe it's for that initial one. I thought if it was for the secondary slashing, certainly that's when the arm went up, but I don't think you could dispute that there was a legitimate reasoning for that penalty to be called.
Again, it's that ability of Havato, isn't it, just to get under the skin of players, and Bombach there just getting caught out. Not a great time for the Panthers to give this away. The Devils are 1-for-1 on the power play, and straight away they go to Andrew Hotham. It's a bit of a new look power play, of course. Again, the Devils looking to go with those two strong units. They reunite the Morissette Lord Martin line out there with Hotham and Hudson, their two most offensive defensemen, save for new signing Gleason Fournier, of course. Clearance for the Panthers, 1:55 left for the Devils to work with on this power play, 6:50 left in the period. Here's Carl Hudson. Jake Morissette will chase, and we'll just get a hold of that puck. The Devils can set something up here. Morissette looks to go back to Martin, might be a chance there. Hotham winds up, fakes the shot in the end and goes to Andrew Lord. Down low is Jake Morissette. Carl Hudson is there. We know the kind of chemistry that Martin, Lord and Morissette have, as Mandalore will cover that. 1:27 left for this Devils power play. And what do you like about this unit for the Devils with reuniting that Lord Morissette Martin line?
Well, they just know how to play together. Although I should say there, I think the Devils got zone time because there was a potential interference call at the blue line with Kolnick being taken out of the play, which allowed Devils more ice to skate into and get that zone presence. But no, that's a line that was the go-to unit all of last year. It's almost a telepathic relationship. Joey Martin controls everything. With Andrew Hotham on the back end, it's just got weapons all over the ice.
Panthers win the draw and clear that, and this is the second unit out now as Bounds plays that puck, and that's just something he's really added to his game as well. And it's going to be Fournier who gets that up the ice. Oh, we're going to get no ice there, that's waved off, and Mandalore will try and clear, but Salters gets to that puck. Back it goes now. Kirker steps inside, sees a chance, shoots, and that one just deflects wide. I think McMillan got a piece of that one with the block there. 59 seconds left for the Devils. Here's Fournier on the blue line for the Devils, down low to Salters. The Panthers a little bit more aggressive, killing these penalties here, just trying to cut out those passes. Culligan is there up against the half boards. Fournier steps in and gets it down low to Salters, but good play it was there from Jeff Waugh, and in the end allowed Brad Moran to, Logan McMillan it was, to clear that puck. 35 seconds left for the Devils. Much better kill from the Panthers here, as the Devils haven't really set anything up, but they might now with Lee Salters in the zone. Salters just looks for the quick shot and will get the face-off there. Then Culligan comes in with a little bit of spray for Shane Madalora. An interesting no reaction for the Panthers with 5:26 left in the second, 25 left on the power play.
Logan McMillan for me is having a quietly effective game for the Panthers. His first visit to the Big Blue Tent this season, I wasn't sure what to make of him, but in subsequent games he takes the body, he's good defensively, he crashes the net, and just then Thomas Kirker's eyes were lighting up when he had a little bit of room in the high slot area. But McMillan, defensively responsible, gets in, deflects that shot away from the stick and with his stick, and he's been doing that all night for the Panthers and brings a good work ethic and a big body presence.
Yeah, not hugely productive offensively, McMillan, but listening to the excellent Cat's Whiskers podcast, some of the plus minuses there. He's one of the leaders certainly through December. That will get played back to Andrew Hoffman. Speaking of which, we'll have a special guest in the second period break as well, as the Devils look to make this count on the power play. Might be a chance, but it was a good stick in the end, and it meant that the puck didn't get through to Andrew Lord. John O'Bullard will be here with you, John, in the second period break from the fantastic Cat's Whiskers podcast range.
Looking forward to that. The Cat's Whiskers is always a great listen. The guys do a really good job and get really interesting insights, at the heart of the Nottingham Panthers. They get contributions from players and fans, and it's always kind of a must listen for me during the week. So it'll be very interesting to catch up with John O during the second period break.
And I've got to thank them for helping me out with my research this week. Listening to the show was a big bonus, researching this game and fascinating those stats on the plus minus as well. Pulling up there, a big minus it was as well, despite being the leading scorer. And it really is interesting whether you take those stats into account as the Panthers are back to full strength. I know it's not something the Elite League covers a huge amount or at all, or at least makes public, but it's certainly an interesting stat for the likes of you and me, John. It was Andy Bombach fresh out of the penalty box. Good kill for the Panthers, that important. The Devils were 1-for-1, and now they're running at that 50%. It's such an important cog for the Devils, and especially after that go-ahead goal as well. Could have been a big play for the Devils to go 3-1 up, but they don't. It's 4:19 left in this 2-1 hockey game, left in the second period. Good step-up play, and I love the way Jeff Wah plays. In this building, he's so effective as well. Chance for Ling, who shoots and almost catches Bounds. There's still a chance there. The whistle eventually goes, and it might have come a little earlier as Bounds had that one covered with his pad, and you'd think the sight was lost of the puck from the referee, but in the end the whistle goes. But
if we see the replay of that, just watch how David Ling gives the eyes to Ben Bounds and the rest of the Devils team. He releases that shot whilst looking basically to the right-hand side of the ice as if to dish the pass, and hopefully the guys will show us a replay of that. It's into a very, very good save by Ben Bounds, but what a release David Ling has got. You can see why he scores so many goals. We'll see it again here. Look where his eyes are. If you can see where his head is, look, he's looking over to the ice. He's looking over the right-hand side of the ice as he releases that shot. He's got his head on a swivel, and that's a mark of a quality hockey player.
We're gushing over Vinny Scarcella, John, in the last weekend. I think you found your new player of appreciation anyway. Here's Gleason Fournier over to Carl Hudson. Nice outlet it is to Lord, but he has to wait for support, and it doesn't really come in the end, and it's that man David Ling who cuts the play up for the Devils. And again, he has the puck now and doesn't give Carl Hudson a chance to make the hit though, and certainly that's something the Devils perhaps would need to look to do if you can find a way to hit in David Ling, but so capable of finding so much space. You can talk about needing a close checking game as the Panthers work it down low, get the shot away. Good save from Bounds. So it's one thing saying it and getting close to him and keeping him, reducing his time on that puck, but he'll always find time as the shot comes in and whistles wide. That time from Kolnick, still there for the Panthers. Kolnick has it now as the Panthers make a change on the back end, looking to work it out front. Ling has it now. The puppet master. There it is with Brad Moran, but the Devils will clear eventually, just about far enough and make that change, the long change of course in the second period. It gets turned over, no offside there. Culligan has a chance, inside it is, Salters works his way in but just loses control of the puck there as he was right there in the slot with a prime opportunity. The Panthers will come back again, and boy, that would have been a sucker punch if the Devils had found another goal from a broken play there, off the misplay from Matalora, but Salters just couldn't quite make it count. That might be the first thing he's done wrong all night long. 2:35 left in the second, 2-1 it is. Here's Jake Morissette out there with Havato and Salters. Good play from Mosey again, separates Morissette from the puck. The back steps up well and means Trevor Hendricks can get a hold of that one and send it out of the zone at least. In they go again though, the Nottingham Panthers with the fourth line on the ice with Lawrence Lakovic and Farmer. The Devils clear, and I feel here like the Panthers off the back of that penalty kill have just wrestled their way back into this one. Continuing to play with the effective play they were showing earlier on the period, but here are the Devils. Salters will look to find that puck out front. It's still there as the net eventually comes off as Havato is bundled into the net, and Lawrence will just come in just to make sure things are right. Farmer will come in and make sure things are okay. 1:57 left in the second.
You're right, Ali, the Panthers did get momentum off that penalty kill, but then off that shift from Moran, Ling and Kolnick, and again I'm going to talk about matchups, because when you talk about that line, you know, Moran 500 AHL games, almost gone at a point a game. Kolnick 200 NHL games, 95 points. Ling, you know, the NHL experience with Quebec, Nordiques and 500 AHL games. And the Devils again went with Hudson and Fournier against that line. Do you get Richardson and Hotham out as a shutdown pair, possibly the Devils' best shutdown pair against that Panthers line? Because that is the go-to Panthers line right now, and they dominated that shift.
1:50 left then in the second period. The Panthers in the zone again. Might be the most interesting pronunciation of Quebec I've ever heard, John.
Quebec Nordiques? My apologies to our French community listening in.
Here's Guillaume Doucet, and a lot of it was fate that he had the puck next. A lot of debate about the pronunciation of his surname. As Doucet were assured by the man himself and his dad, who was on the webcast earlier on in the year. Here's Logan McMillan, good power from him and speed as well, and drives his way to a shot there against Ben Bounds. The Devils clear the zone there, no ice on the play as it just doesn't have the legs, and both sides will make their changes. 1 minute exactly left. Well, there is now, you see on your screen, in the second period. Andrew Hotham has the puck. Devils here just need to keep that concentration level high, as I feel it's going to be so important to get into the period break with the lead against this hugely impressive Panthers side. It's astonishing their record in December. I can't believe it, watching the way they played in the Big Blue Tent this year. Off the has it, shot comes in, it's saved by Mandalora, still there, the puck is loose and the Panthers collapse well. Big hit as well, Mosey clears out Culligan, and we might get a whistle here as that one gets fired in and around the Devils bench, John, with 30 seconds left in the second.
Yeah, there was a little bit behind the play there, but like you, just a big fan of Mosey right now, jumping into the play to play as a forward, but playing as a hard-nosed defenseman as well. We'll see a replay here. Hotham puts the shot on net, and Culligan tries to get to the net, but Mosey just clears him out. That's good defensive work. For a guy who, as I mentioned, was maybe a little bit of a gamble signing, coming in from Holland without much of a resume, is there anything he can't do? He skates well, he plays defensively very well, he's hard-nosed, and he's got that offensive upside, and he can play across the forward line. So a real team player and a great pickup for the Nottingham Panthers.
30 seconds exactly left in the second period. The Devils get the offensive zone face-off, and it's going to be Brad Moran discussing things with Matthew Rose, the linesman. He gets sent out. Coleman will come in up against Zach Cavato and wins it. Mosey will rim that one around the boards. David Ling will immediately look to make a pass. In the end, he just finds a Cardiff Devil in the neutral zone. That one gets pushed back in. Mosey goes D to D there with Brian Schmidt. It's turned over again in the neutral zone, and the Devils just do enough there to break things up with 10 seconds left. One gets fired out of the zone. Are we going to see an icing? No, the ice has got to the kind of stake where it's unlikely we're going to see any icings unless it's a slap shot. Might be a chance, yeah! Well, right on the buzzer. It does sound in time for the Devils there. The puck in the end, I don't think went in the net, John, did it? But
no, it didn't.
Boy, oh boy, the Devils switched off with 2 seconds left there.
To your point, Aled, the Devils needed to play to the end of the period, and they didn't. They coughed up the puck again, and defensive coverage had broken down, and it almost led to a gilt-edged scoring chance for the Nottingham Panthers, but they just ran out of time. But maybe the story of that period, the Panthers dominating for large parts, I think having the better scoring chances, but the Devils living on scraps a little bit, but the quality of Andrew Hotham jumping into the play and giving the Devils a 2-1 lead.
It's fair to say that the Devils have been guilty of far more turnovers than the Panthers. They've perhaps given up the odd man rushes, but the Panthers haven't been able to capitalise on those chances. A lot of it's been Ben Bounds, there's been 1 or 2 missed opportunities as well. But the Devils there with very, very little to feed off, but they get the goal for Andrew Hotham off the broken play, and that's the difference in the hockey game.
Well, I guess it's a microcosm of the Devils season. There's so many period breaks where we've sort of stood here and said, well, the Devils maybe didn't have a great period or coughed up the puck, but because of their offensive upside, with so many players able to put points on the board, they've got themselves out of trouble. And you know, we're in January now, and it doesn't show a sign of changing. The Devils are working very, very hard. It's certainly no lack of effort, no lack of jump, as perhaps there was against Dundee last week, but those turnovers are still a little bit inherent in the Devils game right now, and Ben Bounds is standing on his head literally on occasions and making save after save, and he's keeping the Devils in the match. But of course then the Devils do have those offensive weapons, not just in the forward lines, but Andrew Hotham, who's sitting third in scoring at the moment, even though he's a defenseman, and he gives the Devils a very valuable 2-1 lead.
Well, it's an interesting point, isn't it? We've sort of been saying the same thing all season, really, whether the Devils win or lose, but most of the wins here, they haven't come off the back of what you would say was really the Devils hitting their straps and putting those passes together and making those silky plays, but they're finding a way to win. And as you say, we're in January now. We've been talking about once this team finds its chemistry. Well, there's been a lot of line combinations on the show. Are we going to see that happen, or is this the format we're going to see from the Devils?
It might just be that this is the format, and I almost feel strange when we talk about this every week, because we're talking about a first-place team, and what do we know? If it's a first-place team, it's working. You seem to think the Devils might be caught out on occasion, but with Ben Bounds backing them up, and I suppose with those great skating defensemen they've got, who I think are turning over the puck at the moment, but because of their skating ability, they are able to get themselves back in the game, and maybe when Bounds has made the save, they are negating the second chance. So maybe this is just the Devils this season, an offensive unit that is going to give up chances, but if you've got more goals than your opponents at the end of the game, who's really bothered?
And if you're Corey Nielsen right now, you've got to be pleased with the way your side's playing. Yes, there's been 1 or 2 turnovers, but they've been capitalised on by the Devils. But overall, it's a side that hasn't lost in regulation year this season. They're doing all the right things. They're battling well. The passing seems to be there on a difficult surface in the Big Blue Tent, and they're creating opportunities. And what do you change if you're Corey Nielsen right now?
I don't think you change anything. I think everybody's playing the game that they're meant to. Everyone's playing their role. You've got Schmidt and War on the back end, who I think have been great in this building, clearing the net. You've got Mosey, who's playing both ways, jumping into the play. You've got that line of Moran, Kolnick and Ling, who I just think are quality to watch. That puck management style, it's so hard to get the puck away from them. They get good zone time, they wear down the line there. They're playing against, Matthew Myers is playing his normal big body game. Other players are bringing energy. You don't change anything. I think if you're a Nottingham Panthers fan watching this webcast, you kind of scratch your head and wonder why you're 2-1 down. But certainly from my vantage point, it's another impressive performance by the Nottingham Panthers in this building. But if the Devils come out with another victory, you don't get any points for moral victories, and it's the Devils so far who have got the better of the tilts in this building.
And thanks for now, John. And it's the Devils who do take that crucial 2-1 lead into the third and final period. It's going to be an exciting period of action, no doubt. Two sides that are so closely matched here in an electric atmosphere in the Big Blue Tent. Well, John's going to be back in a moment with John O'Bullard from the Cat's Whiskers, and I'll see you at the start of the next period.
At NetSport UK, we think, react and deliver differently to other IT companies. We take a blank paper approach to every challenge and always start by listening, finding out what you're trying to do, how you want to do it, and where you want to get to. We know that there's no off-the-shelf solution that fits all. Once we have all the pieces in the right places, know all the ins and outs, understand your business, we'll advise solutions that support your plans. We don't believe in static, stiff networks, choke in progress, but liberating cloud solutions that flex and evolve with your business and your strategy. You need your IT ready to grow with you and to move at your pace. Strong and resilient and packed full of choice. With support designed around your business, ready to react when the heat is on. Robust solutions that protect you because your safety is paramount to us. The safety of your networks, your information and your people, right through your business, inside and out. We pride ourselves on our in-house expertise and the relationship we have with the industry. We've got the brains to make it successful and the partner solutions to make it sexy. We value relationships and love being on the journey with you, with a personal approach to solving problems and a team proud of their reputation and the work they do. Always learning, always evolving. Advise, build, support and protect. From NetSupport UK.
Welcome back to Ice Time TV, and I'm delighted to say I've been joined by John O'Bullard, Nottingham Panthers fan, and of course a huge contributor to the Cat's Whiskers podcast. And John, first of all, it's just interesting how we see things differently. Alan and myself have been here in commentary and maybe calling that we thought the Panthers with their puck management had the better of that second period, and certainly we thought had more scoring chances. From your vantage point, you were saying to me off camera you thought the Devils maybe had the better of the tilt, but it's a fantastic fast end-to-end game.
Yeah, I think Devils have edged it so far, but Panthers seem to be playing on the breakout. We've only got 5D, so we've got to manage that, or Corey's got to manage that very, very closely and try not them get too tired. So I think, yeah, Devils have edged it. I think they've certainly had more possession in our defensive zone, but we've certainly had our chances. But it has been 100 miles an hour for the first two periods.
As a visiting fan coming into this rink, and you obviously have driven past Ice Arena Wales on the way in today, and we're all, I think, looking forward to getting over to that new building. But for a visiting fan, what's your take on this building? Are you going to miss it because of the atmosphere? Are you going to be delighted when it's torn down because it's a hard rink to play in, an intimidating rink to play on? What's it been like for an opposition fan to come into this building over the years?
Well, I'm lucky enough I've played on here a couple of times as well. So, I mean, the dressing rooms aren't the best, but I've played in a lot worse. The ice is okay, but I played on a lot worse. As far as a visiting fan goes, the atmosphere, even when I've been here and it's not full, there's probably 2/3, 3/4 full, the atmosphere has still been excellent. And when you compare it to our place, which, you know, we've had crowds of 6,000 plus for several games leading up to this, and the atmosphere just sometimes isn't there. It's sometimes very, very quiet in the arena. I think you find that in all the arenas as well. They say there was 9,000 in Sheffield on Boxing Day, yet the atmosphere wasn't that great. You come here, there's 2,300 people, it's packed out, and the noise is electric. It's absolutely incredible, and I think that's something that the Devils certainly will miss. Something I'll miss coming as an away fan. I probably enjoy going to somewhere where you get a little bit better sight lines, to be honest, but I like this space. I do like rinks like this. I like going to the smaller rinks, generally because the atmosphere is a lot better inside them.
Now, take me through, if you will, sort of the Panthers' season to date, this half season, because we've seen the Panthers come into this building a number of times this year, and although the Devils have won a couple of games, the Panthers, for me, have been the most impressive side we've seen. In fact, the last time out at the end of November, when the Panthers won 7-3, I thought we were potentially seeing the two best teams in the league, but in the Nottingham Panthers, the potential league champions. Then you had a bit of a bumpy December, a rocky December, and fell off the pace a little bit. But it seems a veteran team, a very skilled team. What's been your view of the action so far from a Panthers viewpoint this season?
We started off very well, but then we had a very heavy home schedule in the early months of the season. And you mentioned that 7-3 victory here, and I think in the podcast that we did after that, we said it was a season-defining win. Unfortunately, after that, it started to go a bit pear-shaped. And December, we was looking at the stats on this week's podcast, and I think the Panthers were .363 in December, which if you're looking to win a title, that's nowhere near good enough form to actually win the championship. Obviously, we got the win last week against Edinburgh, and now we come here. I think it's imperative that we at least get a point out of the game tonight to try and keep challenging. I mean, Sheffield had an excellent result in Belfast last night, but Belfast have had some great form coming into January. And then you've got to look at Braehead, who are coming up on the rails. I mean, I think they went a bit unnoticed, but now they're starting to make their play for the title. I still think there's 6 teams who can win it, and I include Dundee in that because Dundee are picking up a lot of points every weekend. Okay, even if they don't win, they tend to get an overtime victory, which means they're getting the point. So I think it's still going to be very close. I think it will go into certainly the last couple of weeks of March before the title's decided. I hope we're still in the mix, but I think we need to improve our form quite a lot in order to be there.
Now, the Panthers team is stacked with quality, but talk me through 3 players particularly. Mika Viekman has been a standout netminder for me this season. A huge loss at the moment, although Madalora's come into this building and looks solid so far. Cam Jansen, was it a PR stunt, or is he, the quality hockey player bringing the leadership from the NHL that you guys want? Is he a box office? And David Ling, the guy who's apparently too old to play and yet is going at 29 points in 20 games and continues to dominate, control zone time. Those 3 players in particular, what sort of contribution and impact have they had for the Panthers?
Viekman was excellent, and then it appears that he's picked up some sort of injury, and he was trying to play through it. So we had a lot of games where Dan Green was starting our backup, and Dan's done a fine job, but you want your number 1 netminder to be fit. I think he's been played when he's not been quite fit, and his form has dipped. His save percentages and goals against averages went down. Obviously, we've got Maladora in. He's done very, very well so far. So that is a very, very important position. I think if Viekman can come back fit and he plays like he did early season, I think then we have a very, very good chance of challenging towards the end of the season. Cam Jansen, certainly not box office, very much a team guy. He's never going to score you many points. He's not going to get you many goals. He's going to get the odd assist. But what Cam Jansen provides is that protection. And I've seen games at the NIC where players or opposition players have had the puck and Cam Jansen has come steaming in at them. They've looked over the shoulder, they've seen it, and they've just dumped the puck away, turned it over, and that's led to either a shot on goal or a goal itself. That's what he's good at. He's good at hunting down players, checking them, frightening them really, and forcing them to turn over the puck. So in that way, he's worth his weight in gold. David Ling, well, for me, still the best player in the Elite League. An absolutely phenomenal player. I've watched him very, very closely, actually, since he came back. And obviously, he's not the quickest. He's not going to be. He's 41 years old. But his passing is absolutely exceptional. I've never seen a player who can pick out a pass like he can in the Elite League. He's just absolutely incredible. And it's like you say, I think it's 29 points from 22 games. To come in with them sort of averages at that age, it's like, as they say, form is temporary, class is permanent.
Absolutely, he is phenomenal. What's the read on Corey Nielsen? Because I enjoy watching a Corey Nielsen team play. I think it's an attractive team. I like the variation of breakouts and offense and the different looks on the power play and things like this. But I assume it's a pivotal season for Corey Nielsen. There must be a feeling that he has to deliver some hardware this season, or the natives might get a little bit restless. What's the feeling around the NIC about the position of the coach there in Nottingham at the moment?
Well, the natives are already a little bit restless after the form we've had in December. The thing with being a successful club, as we have been over the past few seasons, is expectations understandably rise. And by the standards that Nielsen himself has set and culminated in winning the league championship, we probably not hit those, well, we definitely haven't hit those heights over the past 2 seasons. Therefore, that puts a lot of pressure on him in order to produce maybe another league title or regular titles. We didn't win anything last season, so the pressure is certainly on this one. I don't know, is the honest answer. I think we have to wait and see till the end of the season and see if we pick up any silverware to see where his future lies. And I like Corey Nielsen teams. They tend to play a very open brand of attacking hockey, which entertains people and people like to see. However, I think if we don't win anything this season, then I think it could be Corey's last.
I appreciate I put you on the spot there, John, and I appreciate your honesty. Just a little bit about your work and the fantastic Cat Whiskers podcast. We see around the league now the variation and quality products that a lot of teams are putting out. A View from the Bridge in Belfast, our own Red Army Roundup in Cardiff. But you guys are real sort of trendsetters, and it's always a quality broadcast. Just talk a little bit about the labour of love, how it started, and the work you put in along with your colleagues to put that on the air.
Yeah, I mean, the thing to say is it's not just me. There's 5 of us who pull the podcast together. Obviously myself, Paul Baum, Aaron Lord, Tina Taylor and Andy Haywood. So we all work in and producing as good a product of what we can. It started actually with Cat's Whiskers TV. I don't know if you remember that. And unfortunately our camera broke, so we had to move to a podcast. But the TV show was actually Paul's idea. So it was Paul who came up with that, and we sort of pulled that together. And it was we watched the first show a few weeks ago and just got, weren't we awful? But obviously as it went on, it got better and better, and then we moved to podcast. Podcast is easier to produce than a TV show because it's a lot easier to edit. It's a lot easier to get people in on things like Skype and FaceTime recorder. So getting interviews and getting people to join in on the show is a lot easier. But yeah, it is a labour of love. It takes some work to pull together. Obviously, we start pulling the agenda together probably on the Sunday night, Monday morning after the results from the weekend, and then we work on it until we record on a Wednesday night. And then it's like, right, who's available to record? We did the first one with all 5 of us actually this week, and I must admit I thought it might go a bit pear-shaped because everybody would have wanted their say, but it worked really, really well. So maybe going forward there'll be more of us where all 5 of us are involved.
Well, if you haven't listened, I highly recommend it. As I say, it's part of my hockey listening throughout the week to tune into the Cat's Whiskers. Just finally, Jono, your thoughts. This is a pivotal game. Your thoughts for the final 20 minutes. How do you think this one's going to pan out?
I think it may go to overtime. I think Panthers are going to get an equaliser. The key for me is our D. As I said, there's only 5 of them, and it's like how fatigued will they get in this final period, because it has been a very, very fast game so far. So we will see. I'm hoping to see an equaliser and then maybe snatch it in overtime.
It's certainly edge of the seat stuff. We thank Jono for your time. Jono, thank you for joining us on the salubrious gantry we've got up here. Alan and myself will be back in a couple of seconds. We're going to have a brief pause, but we'll be back in a moment for third period action live on Ice Time TV. But Jono, thank you again.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Devils!
We got the thumbs up, John, so we're live and we're back on Ice Time TV, and looking forward to... I don't get to hear these interviews because various sound reasons. I'm looking forward to that one. Very, very kind indeed of John to come down. It was quite short notice as well, so very, very good of him, and we'd urge you to tune in to the Cat's Whiskers podcast, one of the many excellent podcasts run by fans around the league, and John and the guys do a great job up there. 2-1 in the big blue tent. We get ready for action. I'm sorry, I've been talking there so long, John, that you haven't got a chance to do your shout-out. We'll wait for the first break in play, shall we? Well, we better commentate on the game. 2-1, and what a game it is. Here's Paul Swindlehurst, dumps that one in to Andrew Hoffman for the Devils, who's got that go-ahead goal. Doucette takes a hit from Jeff Wan. It gets turned over, but in the end, Hoffman is there to rescue things for the Devils. Up it is to Martin, and now Kirker just looks for the quick shot there on Madalora, but it's well played wide, and David Ling has the puck now, and what a pass that was. Up to Uri Kolnick, and just marvel at the vision of Ling, and we get a chance with 27 seconds gone in the third to go to these shout-outs.
Yeah, this is where I do my wedding DJ bit. If we can give a shout-out to Karis and the Ingram clan. They're watching in Aberdare again. They've joined us the last couple of weeks. And Matt and Daniel couldn't make it to the Big Blue Tent tonight, so hopefully they're enjoying the webcast. And also another former ball hockey colleague, Scotty, and his lovely fiancée Natasha, watching out in Dubai, where they've emigrated to start a business, but still tuning in and watching the Devils on Ice Time TV. So we hope you guys are enjoying the heat and enjoying the game.
I wonder if there's any hockey out there. Big hit down low it is, as the Panthers up to set a tone early with the Lawrence and Farmer unit out there. That's a big physical unit, and good start from those, but the Devils come out of the zone. Farmer with a good hit on Haddad as well. Swindlehurst will have to go back, and Haddad will make a hit of his own on him. Turns it over to Hudson, has it inside. It is Culligan there with a quick shot to get that one away. Can't find a way through, and it's Beeson Fournier will take a hit there from Rob Farmer, but gets the pass away. A minute gone as both teams make their changes in this third period. And the atmosphere continues. The clap banners are in force, especially tonight, John, as well. It's a big thing down here, but I'm not sure I've heard them quite so loud in the game other than when they've been handed out, as there's a chance there on the short side for Lakovic. Might be a chance as well for Andy Bombach stepping on the ice. And see a little bit of a mix and match of lines here. Lakovic is still on the ice with Schultz and Bombach, with David Clark, the usual fixture on this unit tonight at least. 1:35 left as there's a bouncing play there. Bounds is quick to react. The net has come off though, so we'll just get a whistle there with just over a minute and a half gone in the third.
Yeah, I'm not sure how far that net is off, and I don't think the Panthers were particularly happy with that call, because they turned over the puck and it was still loose, and they were looking to set up quality zone time. So a little bit of frustration there, and we see Schultz in shot expressing his exasperation. The Devils again have got to minimize these turnovers, these unforced turnovers, which at the moment possibly going to undermine their game.
Oakford will just send that in, and that's a tricky bounce there, and boy, is that a good heads-up play from Ben Bounds, and I don't think I'm overstating it there just to say that was a real good heads-up play, John, and so we just take a couple more seconds off the clock. Andrew Hoffman will come away with it up against this Panthers line of Myers, Jansen and McMillan. There it is now with Mark Richardson down low as the Devils up to get the Hervato line out against them. Here's Lee Salters, gets turned over though, and it will go back to Andrew Hoffman. Devils with their number one defensive unit out there with the Hervato line. It's been a relatively tame start to this third, a few hits going in, but both teams just sizing each other out at the moment. The Devils might get a chance now. Hervato will shoot with a quick wrister there, and that was a good save in the end, sent that one up into the mesh off the shoulder of Shane Madalora, and we're nearly 2.5 gone in the third.
Zach Hervato, I think the offensive side to his game is a little underrated. He's putting up good points this season, and you and I have commented a number of times that quick little snapshot, that quick release he's got has caught a number of netminders out. So he was the gamble signing, is that the right term, this season? The Devils fans not quite sure what to make of the man coming in from the Hull Stingrays, but he's lived up to expectations. He's been a great role player, an agitator, and scored some very, very important goals.
David Ling will just send that one in for Uri Kolnick up against Gleeson Fournier, and it is a interesting matchup here the Devils have. And what do you make of this here? We've got the Hudson and Fournier defensive pairing, and the Panthers have got Ling, Kolnick and Moran out there.
Well, I referenced it in the second period. Fournier and Hudson are great skaters and can cover ground and get themselves in shooting lanes, etc., etc. But they're both thinking offense first, and maybe also not bringing a physical dynamic to this line. And that Ling, Moran, Kolnick line, managing that puck, throwing it around, cycling against the boards. I just wonder whether it's quite the right matchup for the Devils.
This Fournier will come away, and one thing you can say about him is he's a heads-up player. Hudson there puts the wheels in motion to get away from Brad Moran. Still with speed. Hudson with a quick shot, nearly catches Mandalore out, but it's a good save in the end. But the Devils get a chance to set things up offensively. They've got Joey Martin, Guillaume Doucette and Thomas Kirker out there as well. Here's David Ling, though, for the Panthers. Dishes that one, and it's a good save in the end. Ben Bounce sends that one flying up into the crowd for a lucky Panthers fan to get a hold of. And just 3 minutes and change gone in the third.
And it was great to be joined by John O'Burlard in the second period break, and his view is that David Ling is still the best player in the Elite League. I think he's got a lot of competition for that, but he's certainly up in the elite echelons of forwards in this league at the moment. 41 years of age, but you just don't lose that skill and that quality, and the heads-up style he brings. He really is a fun player to watch out there.
Your comment, it's perhaps not a slight on Ling's ability, just the way as that puck sails towards us, Jeff Waugh keeps it in. The league standards have improved as a whole. It's just really been such a huge jump in the last few years. We're seeing some high quality players, and certainly common for players to have that American League experience. And we look at the Panthers side with the NHL experience in there as well. And as we get another whistle with 16:39 to go, it's certainly exciting times to be an Elite League hockey fan.
It's a quality standard this season, and you've got 6 teams vying for the league title, as we see why the whistle was blown down, a hand pass there. And you know, it is a little bit of a sprint to the finish from January onwards, and Stephen Lee was saying on his interview on Panthers Radio this week, there are no small games now. Every game is a big game, every game's a pivotal game, every game is going to have an effect now on the league title running, and hockey fans are going to be in for a treat over the next couple of months, I think.
Hendrick sends that one into the zone. It's Brian Schmidt and chasing out with Jeff Waugh. My apologies, I saw the one forward but not the other. That gets sent out to Josh Batch, and the Devils right now just looking a little bit more assured in the neutral zone, but just as I say that, they give the puck up. But certainly defensively, they're not allowing those breakaway chances and odd man rushes that we saw as commonplace in the first and second period. Good hit from Lawrence, who's a heavy hitter as well, if that makes any sense. Another hit comes in. Good play again from Lawrence at his third Elite League Club of the Year and second spell at the Panthers. And really, apart from that spell at Coventry, he's been highly impressive. Panthers top scorer last season, of course, as well, as Sam Oakford will handle that puck. Overhandles it, and the Devils will get a hold of it now with 15:45 left. Turned over, but it's out of the zone at least, and Lee Salters there with a good heads-up play to recover that puck ahead of Andy Bombach. Here he goes, Salters, he loves it there. Salters tries to find a way through, but on that occasion couldn't find another Devil. Still with the puck though, and the Panthers wrestle it back from him. Andy Bombach stood up by Andrew Hoffman. Still has the puck to Bombach though, but Hoffman as well with help from Zach Avato. Good play from Bombach, gets it down low to Lakovic. Backdoor chance there might be. Again we see Lakovic out with Bombach and Schultz, but away come the Devils. 2-on-1 situation. Havato is there, backhand try, bumps into the goaltender, and here we go. We're going to see something here as Hoakford will come straight in, and that's a good response from Hoakford. Schmidt is there as well. I don't think that's going to come of anything though, but Havato there, perhaps he could see himself sitting for 2, you think, John?
Well, I think Havato knew what he was doing. It was a great play, first of all, carrying that puck from the blue line. Schmidt got caught out, mishandling the puck, and didn't have the foot speed to get back into the game. Havato drove the net, backhand shot. Madalora stood up well, made the save, and I think Havato, who is a little bit of a rink rat, and every team needs one, continued his momentum to make the contact with the netminder. And I'm with you, Oakford. I like that from British defensemen. Go in, clear it out. Let the player know that you're not too happy with that.
Bit of replay here, this play, and well, we'll take one more look before casting judgment on Havato. Well, he's down on his knees and then gets up, so I perhaps we're being a little harsh, but I still think in today's hockey that's probably a 2-minute call, John.
Well, even if it was like, again, and I often say this, I've got no problem with anything that happens there. Havato's trying to bump the netminder and cause a little bit of consternation, and he is that type of player. That's the role he plays for the Devils. He's done that, and Oakford's come in and cleared out and stood up for his netminder. You know, that's good old-fashioned hockey all round, I think.
Panthers win the draw with just 5 minutes gone in this third period. Still a tight 2-1 game, but it's turned over. Here's Joey Martin in on goal. Martin shoots, and it's a big save in the end. Madalora bailed his team out there big time, and it keeps it at 2-1. And boy, oh boy, when you see Joey Martin going in on goal, but that puck just bobbled on him, and in the end he couldn't get a good enough shot away to beat the Panthers debutant Shane Madalora in goal, and that'll do him a lot of confidence down the stretch of this hockey game as well. You feel that had bobbled, that Martin there was looking to go high all the way, but in the end it was a bit of a knuckle puck. Good break for the Panthers there. In the zone they are now. Look at that heads-up play as well from Brad Moran, but he couldn't find Uri Kolnick. But again, with a Ling-esque pass there from Moran. No wonder he's had so much success throughout his long career. The Devils turn that over though, and again it's this Hudson-Fournier pairing up against Ling, so it's obviously something that Coach Lord likes. Here's Guillaume Doucet, goes inside, tries to find a way, the puck is still there. The Panthers will come away with it. Ling up to Moran, who just can't get a hold of that one, and Bounds will just play that one around the boards to Josh Batch, who's out there with Trevor Hendricks now, and Culligan and Lord and Haddad are there up against Jansen, Myers and McMillan. Mosey is there for the Panthers too. The Devils work it, get a shot in, deflected play, but the Panthers come away, and it's that man Evan Mosey again who's picking up on the loose change there. Shot in by Logan McMillan. It's there for Josh Batch. There's 13 minutes and 30 seconds left. Good hit it was from Cam Jansen. And Josh Batch, who might look to return the favour now, he does, and stands Jansen up on the blue line and wins the battle for the Devils, and it allows Chris Culligan to make a play. Might be a chance though. McMillan turns it over. Myers is there, and that's just a bouncing play there off the pass. The Devils clear. And well, the Devils fortunate perhaps that it was that Matthew Myers line on the ice there, John.
Absolutely. Any other line for the Panthers, and that was a gilt-edged scoring chance, but McMillan just couldn't corral that puck. The Devils continuing to give turnovers in their own zone. I was about to say the Devils are getting bodies on the right side of the puck. A more passive start to this period, defensively secure, but unforced turnovers could still be the downfall of the Cardiff Devils in this third period.
It's a good simple play from Salters there to get that puck in for Morissette, and Havato might be a chance out front from it as well, but the Panthers get away from it. But again, the Devils with that simple game on that play work. But here come the Panthers, fourth line shift, whistle wide, chance for Lawrence it was on the short side, and Clark now going out there with Farmer and Lawrence, so we are seeing a little bit of juggling of the lines here, and here goes Chris Lawrence, and Lawrence just tries to get that shot away. Perhaps Corey Nielsen likes what he sees here from Lawrence, and he's looking to put an offensive weapon in David Clark out there with him as we get a battle along the boards. And Lawrence has been good on the limited shifts he's had in the big blue tent this evening, and that puck will come away as Hoffman and Lawrence came together there along the boards.
Yeah, Lawrence has earned his shift. He's been finishing hits at the start of this period, laid 2 huge hits, just wearing the Devils down. He's got great hands as well. I've always been a big fan of him. If he can add consistency to his game, he's a weapon.
Here's Rob Lakovich, and he likes to have the space, chance on the wraparound, and it's a good save in the end. Perhaps even Fournier got a bit of a leg to it, and he'll come away with it. But again, just this pairing getting a little bit exposed defensively around the outside. Here's Chris Jones getting a shift for the Devils. Shot comes in, and it's a good save from Madalora off the shot from Fournier. Good play it was from Andy Bombach to set up this attack, and away they go. Good play from Fournier again, and Schultz will handle it. That puck is iced, and it is so interesting, isn't it? So often we've seen this combination. It's the Hudson-Fournier line going out with the Devils' most offensive line there. So much offense there, but perhaps at least 4 of those players on that line that don't have the defensive details you might expect, Joey Martin being the exception.
Exactly, they're all great skaters, but just in terms of that coverage and thinking offense first, sometimes the brain switches off a little bit to defensive responsibilities, and it is a calculated gamble that Andrew Lord is taking, so much offense on one line.
Sam Oakford will just keep that one in the zone as well. 11:22 left in this third period. Still just a 1-goal hockey game. Carl Hudson will have to turn to get away from Uri Kolnick. That gets sailed out, and going to get nice on the play here. And perhaps the only thing I can see, perhaps from Andrew Lord's perspective, is looking to expose potentially a lack of pace, because there is a lot of age on this line as well, with Moran and Ling, not two of the quickest players. Kolnick as well is a player well over 30, and perhaps that's the thinking behind that.
Absolutely right, it could be that, but just the patience that these three forwards show for the Panthers. Sometimes I think that the Devils, those offensive-minded players, can be drawn out of position and coverage can break down. But I take your point, and that could be the thinking as well. It's a very, very interesting matchup.
This Panthers line, for anything they lack in foot speed, they've certainly got it in speed of thought as well, and they make so much time for themselves as Lord is forced to clear there. It's another icing against the Cardiff Devils, and the Devils did manage to get a couple of changes in there though that time. 10:49 left in the third. Devils win the draw on that one, and there's a good battle as well as Myers goes down. There's always a battle with Matthew Myers around the face-off circle, no doubt about it. Devils just getting pinned in their own zone, but in the end, often will get that up to Andrew Lord, who makes a nice play up along the boards to Haddad, who gets it in the zone. Good hit from Matthew Myers on Lord as well. Culligan is there down low as well, and so Devils will look to get some good work from this line, which has perhaps been their most consistent out on the ice as well, matched up against the Myers line. Hoffman is there now for the Devils. Will look to skate, takes a hit but stands it up well and makes a nice play to Joey Haddad. Culligan is there as well. Will look to go to net. Chop comes in from the bad angle from Haddad. The Devils still have the puck as McMillan will muscle Haddad to the outside. Andrew Lord now will fire that through. A good battle down low there, and quite rightly, in my opinion, we don't see a whistle from referee Stefan Hogarth. That's just a good tangle between two big players down low. Jeff Waugh getting caught up. He just looks like he's nursing his left arm as well a little bit. The Devils, though, with a good bounce-back shift here. It's been some good Panthers play in this third, and the Devils needed some zone time there, and they got it through Andrew Lord's line. Jake Morissette steps onto the ice now as the Devils are halfway through a change. And
no, Aled, just to echo your point, that continues to be the most impressive line for me, for the Devils. Just the work rate that they're bringing and keeping the puck down low, recycling it, eating up time off the clock, and Andrew Lord really leading by example for his troops.
Cavato looks to get that one up over the blue line, and it's a point we can address in the next break. I wonder if you're a little surprised to maybe not see that line going up against the Ling line, so the Martin line can get out there against the Matthew Myers line, because there's a lot of good defensive players on that Culligan line for the Devils. Culligan being one of the best two-way forwards in the league. Chancer is down low off a bouncing puck, and I wonder if perhaps you can flesh that out in the next break of play, John. Here's Sam Oakford, who goes D to D. 8:50 left in the third period. A mix-up means that Salters has a chance. It's there. 1-2, they score! Lee Salters!
And the Devils just getting a little bit of puck luck there with the Nottingham Panthers players colliding at the blue line. But from then on in, it was tic-tac-toe hockey. And Lee Salters getting the goal his performance has deserved. We see the collision on the replay. Salters claims that puck. Backhand pass to Havato. Havato back to Salters. The old give and go, and Salters has just been on fire tonight and really has been his best performance in a Devils shirt. But sometimes you do get puck luck. I think the Panthers have been impressive again in this game, but the Devils' second and third goal have become as a result of breakdowns and half chances. But what a quality play when the chance did arise. The 1-2 between Havato and the Salters, the Devils have a 2-goal spread.
Panthers get in the zone. Salters gets his 13th on the season, and again another collision there, or a slip by Rob Lakovic might set something up. Here's Thomas Kirker. Guillaume Doucette wants the puck. It's fanned on by Kirker, and Joey Martin picks it up now. Back to Mark Richardson. It's fired in, and the Panthers will come away. And again, we talk about perhaps how the Devils have looked a little bit disjointed in their passing for much of the season, but in that clutch moment when it counted, look at that tic-tac-toe play that resulted in the goal from Salters, and it's been able to make those plays in the clutch situations that have been the difference tonight between the two sides. 8 minutes left for the Panthers to find 2 goals in this third period. The Red Army is in full voice. The Panthers have been good, but the Devils have been clinical. Back goes to Andy Bombach now over the blue line, but a good back check from Culligan. No offside on the play though, as Ling read the play well again and gets finished on in the corner and eventually turns it over. And here they go, Haddad with Lord, Haddad in on goal to Lord. Lord just gets tangled up in the skate, still tries a Culligan-esque backhand try there, trying to relive that Culligan wonder goal, and it was almost there for the Devils again. It was a broken play, and it was Ling that time that gave the puck away. If there is one weakness to his game, that may be it. Just looking to overhandle the puck when the physical play comes on.
But Alan, if you notice there, we've got a cross-check on the ball. Ling has cross-checked Andrew Lord. Andrew Lord has sold the call a little bit, but David Ling, that is a horrible play off the puck. So perhaps Ling highlighting another weakness there. The referee hasn't seen it, neither did I. Shot comes in, whistles over the leather of Ben Bounds. We'll see if anything comes of that. No whistle, as the officials didn't see it. It was so far off the play. It was as the players were changing. You can't blame the officials for not seeing it. Shot comes in, whistles into the netting, and we're seeing some verbals on the bench, are we? Yeah, Andrew Law not happy, and Devils fans getting involved in this a little bit and telling David Ling what they think right now. So things have just got to quieten down a little bit. I was about to speak to your point that Andrew Lord, Chris Culligan, Joe Haddad line did go against the David Ling line there, and off-ice officials getting involved. The linesman is talking to referee Hogarth. Can we catch it on camera? We don't catch it on camera, but it's certainly a play off the puck. Lord is in a little bit of pain on the bench as well. Yeah, Andrew Lord, I did say I thought maybe he sold the call a little bit. I take that back. He's an honest pro, and I think he is hurting on that bench. David Ling waxing lyrical about him all night. A very, very good player, but there is that gritty, hard-nosed side to his game, and I didn't think that was needed. And that's well, we'll wait to see what happens. But if the linesman has seen that. Well, we've got a discussion going on here, so you would assume perhaps I jumped the gun there. One of the linesmen did see it, as we do see a discussion take place, and you would expect that wouldn't just happen off the basis of the Devils' protest.
Tickets, you ready for this?
No, and certainly I was watching the line change because I was watching that matchup that you talked about, that the Devils were actually now getting the Chris Culligan line on the ice against the highly effective Cole Nick Moran Ling line. It doesn't look like we're going to have a call on this play, perhaps, but at the door, certainly David Ling, it was a cross-checking motion into just below the gloves into the ribs of Andrew Lord, and Andrew Lord I think was certainly winded, and if that had been seen in full sight, you've got to think there would be a different call on this play. And I say again, it's not hopefully not seeing this as a biased judgment. I've been speaking about David Ling all night, a quality hockey player, but that play off the puck I don't think was needed and should have been penalised.
And with 6:53 left and just a 2-goal game, I suspect we're not going to see any kind of retaliation tonight, at least from the Devils. Perhaps not till later on in the hockey game. We will keep an eye on that. We could have more drama to come in this one, but right now there's a game to win, and the Panthers get that one into the zone. Andrew Hoffman will handle the puck, get that one up to Lee Salters. He's got the 3rd goal for the Devils and has been absolutely on fire this evening. This play from Schmidt down low. Just about gets it out of the zone with help from David Clark, who's been good. And then there's a tangle, and we are going to get a call here, as there's no doubt that was a call, and Andrew Hoffman got the stick up in David Clark there. But the timing of that is unfortunate given the atmosphere in the building right now.
It is, but Andrew Hoffman just getting wrong body position there, wrong side of the puck, and had to take his hand off the stick and clutch and grab a little bit, and he's going to sit for 2 minutes on a holding call. Justified penalty there, but as yes, absolutely, in the context of what's just happened, of course there's going to be a little bit of disgruntlement on the Devils bench. But you have to remember the first Devils goal came on a power play where I felt the Panthers should have had a power play initially for a high sticking call. So maybe in hockey these things even themselves out, but more importantly, with 6 minutes 21 seconds remaining, this is a crucial 2-minute spell for the Nottingham Panthers and the Cardiff Devils.
And there's a broken stick as well off the face-off for Joey Martin, so it's almost a 5-on-3 out here. David Clark is there looking for the shot. He won the power play for his side. The captain fires at the one-timer. It's blocked out front by Matthew Myers, who's an excellent screen, but almost too good on that occasion. 1:45 left as the Panthers get the setup straight away and work against 3 players with a stick and 1 without. It's turned over. The Devils are trying to get out the zone. Andrew Lord back out there straight away after taking that nasty cross-check, and Joey Martin will get the stick from the bench to make it a legitimate 5-on-4 situation. 5:50 left in the game, or at least this period. 1:24 left for the Panthers. And Ling has the puck now, and he's feeling it from the fans, but he's not going to care. He's got one thing on his mind, and that'll be a goal or an assist The puck is there. Moran has it. Walks the line, goes back to Bombach, back with Moran now, just works his way towards the half boards, then comes out. Might be a chance, good stick in the way. It's with David Ling, who's getting booed out of the building. Shot comes in, good save it was from Bounds, and that's a real cracker of a save that often is underrated. Cleared out of the front. Trevor Hendricks there is a battering ram out the front of the net right now. Then Lawrence comes in with his own cross check on Hendricks, but the Devils will clear. Will they through Joey Haddad? They do, and here's Chris Culligan. What a battle. It's like a playoff game in here right now with the big blue tent. The Panthers with a great pushback after losing that advantage, or at least losing the tie.
Aled, just to give credit back to referee Hogarth there, I thought Hendricks tried to sell that call on Lawrence for a cross check, understanding why, trying to take the penalty. Hogarth was having none of it, so I think he made the correct call on that play. 25
seconds left for the Panthers to capitalise on this power play. Just 20 now as the clock skips forward. 4:40 left in the third period. Here's Uri Kolnick, back it goes, poor pass though to Mosey, and away is Zach Havato. He's away on goal. Zach Havato at speed. Havato shoots, and he just fires it wide. Matalora didn't have to make the save in the end, and Mosey with a good back check. He might have just felt him there, but it does kill things off for the Devils. They're back to full strength with 4:18 left in the third.
Aled, 9 seasons in this building. Have you felt an atmosphere like this, a game like this, played at this pace? This might be the...
In January,
this might be the swan song that this building deserves.
Here's Swindlehurst over the line. The Devils turn it over again as the offensive opportunities come thick and fast for both teams. Here's Chris Jones getting the shift after the penalty kill. Down low it is, but a good turnover play. Matthew Myers will get rid of the puck, and that gets dumped into the zone by Lakovic. We'll get a whistle though, with 3:48 left in the third.
Huge kill there from the Cardiff Devils, and credit particularly to Trevor Hendricks and Josh Batch, especially when Joey Martin didn't have a stick, and they just cleared the net, getting sticks in the shooting lanes. And we see there Zach Havato working hard as he's done all night, going on the breakaway, tries to go high over the blocker, might even come off the butt end of the stick there. That might be a save, but Zach Havato leads his team with work rate. But Josh Batch and Trevor Hendricks I thought was superb on that penalty kill, particularly Trevor Hendricks. I did mention he tried to get a call, but apart from that was clearing the net, allowing Ben Bounds to see Parks. They were stellar on that penalty kill.
He's the type of player this Cardiff Devils team has been crying out for so many years, John, as well. So often we've seen goals scored in this building, that player allowed to stand in front of the net, and you almost forget about the presence that Trevor Hendricks brings back there, because it's so commonplace now with him in the lineup, but it's such a huge facet to the game.
It is him and Josh Batch. Josh Batch uses his reach so well. There are a couple of times he got his stick in the shooting lane, and Trevor Hendricks was just clearing that net. Great and long shift there from the two defensemen.
I think the DJ's had an easy night as well, because he's hardly had to play any music. This such has been the atmosphere in this building, and the Devils clear the zone again. The Panthers now just struggling to get past that defensive unit for the Devils, who are more disciplined there now with that 2-goal advantage. Might be a chance now though. Lord steps onto the ice, but it gets caught in his skates. He's received 1 or 2 bad passes there where he could have let a one-timer go, and on another night Andrew Lord might have had 2 gilt-edged chances in the slot if those pucks hadn't ended up in his skates. 3:12 left in the third period. Josh Batch will just get turned over there. Away comes David Ling, 2-on-1 situation. Ling, backdoor chance, big block it was. Trevor Hendricks, and we were waxing lyrical about him a moment ago. What a huge play that was from Hendricks there to cut out that.
Just unsung hero, got himself in the right position, waited and waited for Ling to make the pass and got down.
Moran shoots, and it's well blocked by Andrew Hoffman. The pace is relentless in this building. 2:49 left in the third. 3-1 hockey game still for the Devils, who've been clinical, and that one will be iced, and the Panthers will come back down for the offensive zone face-off with 2:41 left.
We'll wait to see what Corey Nielsen does, whether he goes to the board this early in the game. It doesn't look like he is. The Ling line goes off the ice, maybe to take a breather, to get ready for the next run at the Devils, and certainly you think they're going to be the key, and Nielsen will look to get them on the ice as much as possible. But again, just going back to Trevor Hendricks, a lot of contenders to man of the match tonight. I imagine Lee Salters will take it, but Trevor Hendricks, an unsung hero who just continues to improve as this season goes on.
Salters there, just gets turned over though, and away comes David Clark. He'll shoot that in. It's a good save from Bounds, just with the pad there to be alert to the shooting chance from Clark, and away comes Andrew Hoffman with Jake Morissette up on the wing, and he feeds that into Morissette. Mosey will have to turn and battle with him in the corner. Stephen Schultz is there and gets a hold of the puck, and now away he comes with speed. Gets that up on the wing to David Clark. Back with Schultz and Bombach now, but that will deflect into the netting. 2:14 left in the third.
The 2-14's a lot of time in this game, Alec, when you've got the offensive weapons that the Panthers have gotten. We see it was only one shift off for David Ling. He comes straight back on the ice now with a different little look. He's going out with Lawrence, and I think it is Kolnick. So a little bit of a juggle there, but Corey Nielsen wants his horses to go. He's going to get Kolnick and Ling on the ice as much as possible in the final 2 minutes of this game.
Joey Martin will take the draw, but Lawrence wins it. Shot comes in, good block that was, and it stung Andrew Lord as well, who's been a warrior for his club tonight. And what a block it was though from Andrew Lord, and you could feel the excitement from Lord with a new player coming in this week, and the energy he felt that was there in practice, and he felt he was going to get a response from his club, and he's led from the front yet again in getting that response. Still time though for the Panthers, 1:50 left in the third period. Here's Juraj Kolnick. The goaltender is pulled. Madalora is out. It's a 6-on-4. Wow, we'll shoot that. Another huge block. It's Andrew Lord again. Another chance. Bounds with a huge save on the doorstep there. Robs. The Panthers still there out front. The Devils don't get it out the zone, but get it up to Evan Mosey. And that one goes out, and it'll give the Devils a chance to change. 1:30 left in the third.
Andrew Lord should get a standing ovation as he comes off the ice for those 2 brave shot blocks. He said to me in an interview the other week the Devils play better when they got a chip on their shoulder. Since that Ling incident, I think Andrew Lord has played with a chip on his shoulder. He's not going to let anything happen that's going to stop the Devils from winning this game. 2 fantastic shot blocks there. He's in pain, but he goes back to the bench, and he's coaching. He's talking to the guys on the bench. The work that man does, and you know, you just can't speak highly enough of the Devils player coach. You see a replay here. This is, I think, the second shot block, and he's taken that right in the midriff. And he's in so much pain, but he gets straight back up. The Panthers, credit to them, they've got the zone time, they're getting the setup they want, but just fantastic individual efforts, like the one from the player coach there. Perhaps we'll see the Devils taking the crucial 2 points in this game.
You watch a game like this, you think, how on earth are these guys going to do it all again tomorrow in their respective games? The Devils, of course, travelling up to Coventry tomorrow, big game up there, and the Panthers will be at home with a home debut for Madalora.
Absolutely, and just in terms of those fans not travelling to Coventry tomorrow, our good friends at Clean Cut Sports do an excellent webcast from the Sky Dome. So if you're not travelling to Coventry tomorrow, make sure to tune into that, because well, if there's anything like this, you're not going to want to miss it.
So we get a bit of debate here, and it is going to be a 6-on-5 situation here. The Panthers keep the goaltender out, even for the neutral zone face-off. David Ling is right over by us in the gantry as well, but the draw isn't clean enough for the Panthers, and that was an interesting setup from the Panthers, but we'll have to rewrite things now. 1:20 left. That gets turned over. Lee Salters is there. Empty net. Shoots it in. It's trickling away towards the goal, and just... well, in the end, it looked a bit closer than it ended up. 1:10 left. That one gets fired in deep by the Panthers. That's where they want it. Moran will chase and put pressure on Hudson. Out there with Fournier, and that's a big call as well from Coach Lord, putting his new defenseman out on the ice for this 6-on-5 situation. 56 seconds left in the third. The Red Army in full voice. Andy Bombach will headman the puck for the Panthers, get it in deep, and him and Kolnick will chase down low on Hudson and Fournier. Morissette is there waiting for the Devils. Back along the point is Schultz. 39 seconds left, the net is empty, 3-on-2 situations. Havato shoots, whistles wide, but maybe Morissette will get there. Tries again, Morissette, but the puck doesn't go in. And what a couple of misses for the Devils to make this one a 4-1 game. Still 28 seconds left. Andy Bombach is there. Kolnick plays it around the boards. Still there for the Devils. Morissette this time with a simple play just to get it out of the zone. How did the Devils botch that 3-on-2 against an empty net? What a battle from Joey Haddad right to the last with Stephen Schultz. What a play from those two, and Haddad does enough. And that should just about do it. We've got 5 seconds left in the big blue tent. The roof is coming off here as the Devils stay atop of the Elite League after a huge playoff-like matchup against the Nottingham Panthers. The Panthers came into this one knowing if they won their games in hand over the Devils that they would equal them on points, and if they won tonight they could go ahead, but it was the Devils who stood tall in their own building. They weren't at their best, but they found their stride in those clutch moments. The Panthers perhaps had the better of the chances, but they couldn't find a way past Ben Bounds other than on the one occasion. Huge performance from him in goal, huge performance from the leaders on the Devils like Lord, Salters, Hotham, Richardson, Hendricks, they were all there, and in the end, a huge win for the Devils, coming off the back of a couple of tough losses. They get their first win of 2016, they stay top of the Elite League.
Alan, what a hockey game, and it was a privilege to call it, and credit has to go to the Nottingham Panthers for the contribution they made to that game, but it just felt special in here tonight. The Wales National Ice Rink closed in 2006, and although it wasn't the last game, you had that fantastic Challenge Cup final between the Cardiff Devils and the Coventry Blaze that went to penalty shots, and it just felt that that was a send-off that the rink deserved after all its history. This rink has a different history. It hasn't always been great for the Devils, but it's a unique experience coming in here, and with only a few weeks remaining, that was a game that just gives this rink a fantastic send-off. And the chant going around the Big Blue Tent is "We are number one," and the Cardiff Devils fans haven't been able to chart that for quite some time. Of course, 96-97, the last league title, and it's big games like that that could assist the Devils in claiming the league title this season. But what a game, and the Nottingham Panthers certainly brought everything to it. I thought for periods they dominated. That Ling, Kolnick, Moran line were quality all night. But as you rightly called, it was the leaders for the Devils, led by their player coach, who was brave, controlled, and no little skill all night. So a huge 2 points for the Cardiff Devils.
We await the announcements on Man of the Match. Once the carpet gets there, it's taking its time. But it's the Devils with their first regulation time win in this building against the Panthers, and so important as well, given the fact they've still got to go up to Nottingham a couple of times this season as well.
Absolutely, and I think the Devils did get a little bit of puck luck tonight. I think their first goal on the power play came when potentially the Devils could have been sitting in the penalty box as Evan Mosey gets his man of the match, and I think that's a fair call. You and I have referenced him all night, just the work rate that he brings to that team, but also with skill as well. We've seen him take defensive shifts, forward shifts, involved in the Panthers' goal, and the Panthers should get a well-deserved round of applause off the ice now. But yeah, the Devils, I think, did get a little puck luck tonight. The first goal on the power play, potentially the Devils could have had a man in the box. The second goal was a breakdown which Hotham just capitalised on, and again that third goal, two Nottingham Panthers players collided, but it was finished so clinically with Havarta and Salters combining. But you earn your puck luck, and it was the work rate that players put in, and players like Andrew Lord and again Trevor Hendricks, who was just so controlled all night, didn't take a penalty but played a physical game, moved players from the net. Just at that last moment there when David Ling had that breakout, and David Ling is such a playmaker, a pass master, but Hendricks just showed the patience to wait till the right moment to go to the ice and block that pass, and it was just intelligence all night from Devils players. So again, maybe not the most stylish of performances, but effective, and the Devils won't care. They get the 2 points, they sit top of the Elite League.
But there's no let-up here, is there? Because tomorrow it's into Coventry, and that's a resurgent time there, and always a tough battle, as Andrew Lord continues to reference as Guillaume Doucet steps forward for the shoot of his back presentation. And then next week, we thought this was big. Next weekend, back-to-back home double headers, Belfast Giants, Sheffield Steelers. Boy, oh boy, those are the sort of games you've got to win, though.
Every game is pivotal now. It is more of a sprint finish with, 8 or 9 weeks remaining in the season, and these games are 4-pointers. They have such a huge effect and turnaround on the league standings. And of course, we referenced tonight that if the Panthers had won tonight and won their games in hand, they would have got to get above the Devils in the standings. Well, for the moment, it's advantage back to the Devils because they've opened up a little bit more of a gap on the Panthers as we wait to see the Man of the Match award.
And not too many complaints, I imagine, in the building as Lee Salters steps forward to claim the Man of the Match award. And for mine, certainly on home ice at least, that's where we see more hockey from the Devils. John, that was his standout performance of the season, no doubt about it. Led from the front against his old club. And, well, if you see that kind of Lee Salters this week, it's going to be hard for the Devils to stop. And when he plays like that, it's impossible to stop him, isn't it? He's so big, so powerful, he handles the puck so well, he shoots so well, his defensive game is sound. Just an incredible player when he's on that kind of form. When he's on that kind of form,
he's the premier power forward in the league because everyone talks about his size, but it's his puck handling ability. He's a silky puck handler, and we saw on that first goal, he beat a couple of players. He went to the outside on Swindlehurst, the way he protected that puck, and then got the elevation on the backhand shot, which caused all kinds of trouble and led to Doucet scoring. Yeah, Lee Salters, we spoke about Thomas Kirk as such a quality hockey player, perhaps needing to add a little bit of consistency to his game. If Lee Salters adds consistency to his game and brings 60-minute performances like that every game for the rest of the season, well, the Cardiff Devils could be sitting pretty.
And we look forward to next weekend. Of course, both those games, Saturday night 7 p.m. face-offs, that'll be a 6:30 start here for coverage. Sunday night 6 p.m. face-offs, that'll be a 5:30 p.m. start for coverage. The Cardiff Devils in back-to-back home games live on Ice Time TV. We'll have both of those games here for you there, and really I think that's going to be a must tune in. There's no doubt about it, this building is going to sell out for both of those games. That's a sure thing, John. They've almost sold out already, I think, for both of those. The place to catch it will be here on Ice Time TV, and even one for neutrals you've got to think as well. That's going to be an absolute thriller of a weekend, and one the Devils have got to win at home against that kind of opposition.
It is the last few weeks in the Big Blue Tent. The Devils have got to use that intimidation factor, that small ice factor to their advantage, and that will be a pivotal weekend next weekend. And I hope I'm commentating, because otherwise I'm not going to get a seat.
As we get to witness the Ben Bounds wave, and the first time of 2016 as well, of course, with the Devils missing out in the shootout against the Dundee Stars here, and the noise in the building is just as loud after the game as it is. So we'll leave you with Ben Bounds and the fans, and it's been all about the team and the fans tonight. It's been one of those nights, such a huge atmosphere in the Cardiff Bay. One of the last games we'll see in the Big Blue Tent. There'll be more to come next weekend though. Sheffield Steelers, Belfast Giants, the other way around. It's Belfast on Saturday, Sheffield on Sunday. All the action live on Ice Time TV. It just leaves me to thank you from myself, Alan Lloyd, and my co-commentator John Donovan. Howard, who's brought you these pictures tonight with his excellent work on the camera, and all of the guys in the truck from Ice Time TV. We thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Saturday for coverage of the Cardiff Devils against the Belfast Giants live from 6:30 p.m. We'll see you then.